On Instagram. I've been struggling with Facebook real hard. I'm not interested in Facebook. I just want a sponsor. They won't fucking take my money. To my left, Mr. Ryan Rickus.
What's up?
Across from us. Oh, I didn't put it here, Ryan. There you go.
Hey, there I am.
There you go. We have the garage door open. Sorry, Joy. We don't need a diffuser at the moment.
There you go. So I'm not super bright, but go back to you. So now you can't see you. That's what you get. A little bit. I'm usually out. Now you're out. Deal with it.
Cutting season has started. My tan lines are coming in proper. Hey, we have a guest today. He's got He's got 9 fingers, but who cares about that? Mr. Zavemade himself, Mr. Zave Perkins.
What's going on, guys? Thanks for having me.
Hey, Zave. I'm glad you and your 9 fingers showed up.
Yes, they're all here.
Well, we're just going to start this off. Let's just get this story out of the way. Zave, how'd you chop your thumb off?
Table saw accident.
Classic.
Classic table saw.
It's the best way to do it, you know?
That's how everyone chops their thumb off. What are you talking about?
So, Zave is our... Zave is Mason's brother, for anybody who's new to the podcast or our friend group or anything like that. Zave, I can't believe you guys are twins. Like, it still doesn't register that you guys are twins. The best kind of twins. You guys don't look alike.
No, yeah.
So you can always be like, oh, I'm the best looking twin. I'm sure that joke's never been thrown around.
Never.
Zave has recently, which is, I seen the post, and I messaged you before that post went up.
Right before.
So we were like, yo, let's get Zave on. We're just reaching out. We want different people, interesting people. Zave has his own business. Zave, it was a hobby at the time. This is like literally like a week or 2 weeks ago. So it was a hobby, making furniture, all type of woodwork and all this shit. And then, so I messaged you like, yo, come on. It'll be awesome. We can talk about shit. It's real cool. We both have hobbies that are like interesting, different type of things. We podcast and just tell fart jokes. You actually are fucking, you could be Jesus' dad because you're a carpenter. And all of a sudden, I see this post pop up that says, just quit my job. I was like, whoa, shit.
It ain't a hobby no more, dog.
I was like, oh, shit.
And then you're like, oh, shit, perfect time to come on and talk about wood.
That's exactly what I messaged him. I was like, dude, perfect time to come on and talk about, like, wood and shit. Because I was sitting there, I was like, the balls. You're married?
Yes.
And you have a baby on the way.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Where the fuck do you get the stones to quit your job?
Sometimes you just got to do it, you know?
Just jump in both feet.
No, as scary as it is, like, especially when you hate your job. Like, if you don't hate your job, yeah, fine, whatever. But absolutely hated my job. I knew what I wanted to do, and just...
Well, what were you doing? Like, you don't have to, like, tell anybody's, like, brand and shit like that.
No. I was doing, like, basically like, account management for a fleet company, so managing, like, company cars. It was just super boring. I mean, great company to work for, but I was just very bored and hated every
you had that you had that hobby or whatever you want to call it creeping in the back of you.
Yeah.
Like, let's
gnawing,
do this.
gnawing at you like,
well, so,
you know, it'd be cooler right now than making these phone calls and sending these emails if we were just making like a nice piece of tape, nice piece of furniture,
nice piece of table.
Nice piece of
Not
table. We don't make full tables.
This fucking guy. So, but like you're literally at work thinking about
every single day, all day long,
thinking about building shit and just like, damn, I just want to do it. I just want to do it. I just want to do it. Damn.
Every single day.
So did you run it? Well, obviously you ran it by your wife. So like, how did that process go? That
she doesn't know up until right now. She's gonna find out when she listens to this podcast.
She still thinks I go in 9 to 5. You know,
he leaves the house with a shirt and tie. He comes home covered in sawdust.
No, she was on board pretty much from the beginning. Obviously, she was nervous, like she should have been, but for the most part, she was on board and totally supportive.
Oh, so. I'm nervous.
Now, like, did you have the clientele build up in your like, or were you thinking, you know, if I go at this full time, I'll be able to have more clientele?
Yeah, pretty much.
Like how,
so I had done like a ton of work for all these different people for like I guess 8 months it was, and I saw the possibility that it was there. So I just kind of said, you know what, if I take the jump, I'm gonna get more clients,
right?
And I'm gonna be able to dedicate more time to them. So that's really.
Were you turning people away like? I can get to you in another 3 months.
Because you didn't have the time.
No, not really.
Right.
And honestly, I have to kind of do that now because I'm a one-man shop.
Right.
Not that I'm turning people away, but I kind of say, yeah, I can do it, but it's
going to take.
There's no deadline here. Like you can't be like, oh, I need it by June. You're like, no.
Yeah, because I typically work on like 2-3 projects at a time. So I say like when I have a little bit of bandwidth, I'll take you on. I'll start yours, and it might be a month before you get it because I want to focus on quality and putting out good pieces.
Right.
So
quality before quality, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean it's not to the point that I'm turning away work per se, but probably more so stuff that I don't want to do or doesn't fit with my brand.
You don't have a conveyor belt. You're not just shipping out chairs and shit.
Yeah, because it's all custom. It's all made to order, all like one-off pieces. So yeah, I don't have that constant flow of like one thing that I'm making, which is cool because I like it. It keeps me on my feet, keeps me learning something new every single time, and just it's something different every single day. So.
All right, well, let me put it. Go ahead, Rye, if you have a question. I've just got to put a pin in something just so I know because I want to come back to this, but obviously we got to go to. How the fuck did you get into it?
Well, how long does it take you to make, like, if you had a little bit of free time, like you could squeeze me in, and I wanted a table for, let's say, a table for the podcast. I don't know the specifications, all that kind of stuff, but like a nice one, you can use a little bit of your creativity. How long would it take you for that?
So like a typical table, like a dining table, probably about 2 weeks. But it's not a solid 2 weeks of working like 8 hours a day on that table. It's probably like a total of maybe 5, but there's downtime when you're waiting for stuff to dry,
I was going to say,
stains,
all
shit
that. Like that.
So,
everything's got to,
yeah, but it's probably like about on the bare minimum, like a typical like 2-week lead time.
Damn, dude. So, well, all right. So that's what I'm saying. We're coming back to this. We got to go to the beginning. So, how the hell? You're. For people who don't know, wait, the thumb story, because I seen you earlier today when you were dropping off you built stools for our local police station, which were awesome. I seen them today. I was like, oh shit, this is hilarious. But I seen your dad last week when you chopped your thumb, and his Zave's Mason and Zave. What's the fucking difference? Yeah. Their family owns like a nursery in the town, like a local nursery, huge. They've been there for how long's Haynes been around?
Over 100 years in my family.
Jesus Christ!
Same location.
Ben Franklin up in this bitch.
My dad's been running it for I think 30 years roughly.
And it was his dad who was running it before him.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So obviously, I deal with your dad a lot, like with work and stuff at the nursery, getting mulch and all types of shit. So I guess it was like a day or two after your little accident. Or whatever you want to call it. And when you work with a bunch of dudes and it's like a family line, like obviously they're not going to be like, oh my God, Zave, you're all right, blah, blah, blah. Like they give you some shit and all that. So,
yeah, I mean, initially when it first happened, I think my dad was just like, I don't want to say it. Just go to the hospital.
Right. Of course, there's the concern. He's your dad and you're a little nervous. But like after that, so.
Just staple it back on, dude. What are you talking about?
So he told me that, what's the dude with the long hair? Looks like the dude from Big Lebowski.
Oh, it's Jeff.
So was Jeff the one who did
Bridges.
There we go. So did he put caution tape in your shop?
No,
Who was it?
That was Jim, and he's always cracking jokes and just doing shit like that.
So your dad tells me that guy Jim at the thing, whatever. Hey, shout out to Jim. That he goes into your shop, which your shop is at Haynes, your parents' place. Also, I went in there the one day to see him when I was getting mulch one day. I was like, oh, let me check this place out. Fucking big. It's probably double the size of this garage.
Probably about 3 times, actually. Yeah,
roughly. Excuse me, Zave.
I mean,
excuse me. And it was still stuffed. Like
this
you
fucking busted ass garage. No, 3 times.
And you could use it way bigger too. Like you were saying, you had you couldn't even open the garage door. You had all this shit in front of it. So anyway, the dude Jim cautioned off the table saw, and then you know how like people get shot and fucking die in the street? They like chalk them off and shit.
Right.
So he put his hand down, chalked the hand. Like where the crime scene was, but chopped the thumb off.
Cut off part of it.
Left it on the fucking thing.
I gotta say, like as much as like that whole day just sucked, like coming back to that, I'm like, oh my God, like this is awesome.
It's so funny. A fucking missing thumb. I don't know. I just thought it was a funny joke.
I like it.
That's cool. Good job, Jim. Shout out to Jim with the good joke. All right. How the hell did this even become a hobby?
I've always kind of done it. I've always been like kind of handy, like doing DIY type stuff or stuff around the house.
Becoming a homeowner, you better know what to do.
Yeah.
You don't have to be fucking Bob Vila, but you need to know a couple things.
So I always like kind of did stuff like that, and then just as I was like super bored in my corporate job, I just needed like a creative outlet. So I started focusing more and more on like creating like really, I don't want to say high end, but high quality pieces, and like learning new techniques and the proper way to do things. And then that's how I guess the business started, because I started a business 8 months ago. And the real push for me was my wife asked me what I wanted for my birthday. I'm like, well, just pay for me to get a logo made. That way it pushes me to like brand the Facebook page, brand my stuff, everything. And so she did that for my birthday. And
did she come up with a name or you?
I did. I mean, I tossed around so many different ones, and finally I settled on that because it really worked, because like she would like show her mom, she's like, oh my God, look at this thing Zave just made. And I'm like, Zavemade. That works.
Yeah,
so, it is good.
I like it.
Yeah, it's a great name. Every time I'm like Zavemade.
Yeah,
it rhymes. It's just nice. It's simple.
Yeah,
because people always give me shit. They're like, "Oh, how come Ryan's name's on the logo?" I'm like, "Because our logo's too fucking long as it is. All right, I can't fit Ryan's fucking name in it. That's why."
So yeah, that's how it all started, and it was mainly just needing that like creative outlet on the weekends after work, just because I was so bored with my job. I just had to have something. So
now is this something that you would want to bring other people into? Or would you rather just stay at your capacity and, like, obviously you can make more if you have fucking 10 workers doing it.
So right now, I want to say just myself, because I don't have the overhead to bring on somebody else.
Right.
I don't want it right now.
Right.
So
I just quit my job. I need all the money I can get out of this.
Yeah. So
right. I'm talking about future.
But
though,
future, future. Like I would like to have a few. I mean, however many employees it takes to get it done. Like, I would like to have a line. I don't want to say like a production line,
right?
But
no, because you lose quality that way.
Yeah,
don't
you lose quality that way. But
also you have to deal with those people too.
You do, but
I guess you could just fire them. You're
you fired.
You're a fucking dork.
You're not working out.
But I'm saying the smaller it is, because like it's even things like we discussed, like this small. It's all about like new smaller shit. Like with this type of like I don't know market or this media or like social media and stuff. Like you don't need the bigger. You're never getting rid of Amazon and Walmart. We were talking about that with Lauren last week.
Right.
It's just like you're never gonna, but you only need like 4. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying like in general. Exactly, we only need 4 or 5 guys, and like that's it. Yeah. This is our crew. Like, you can produce a lot with just that amount of people.
Right, and then it's easier to find. It's easier to feel better about your product and to have more control over it, and you'd be able to touch everything and not like something come in and you'd be like, what are you guys making here? Oh, you're making that for Cindy Lou?
Yeah.
I didn't even know about it, and it's almost done. Okay, whatever. You know what I mean?
That's like the main thing. I take pride in like what I do, and like by me doing every single thing for the most part, it really just helps that pride.
Plus, it gets you the experience to, you know what I mean? Like you're obviously better at working on wood than I am, but you're probably not as good as the guy who's 55 who's been doing it since he's 16, you know what I mean?
And because like every single thing I've done so far has been different in multiple ways, not just in like what the type of furniture is or what the project is.
Right.
I'm each time I'm learning something new and refining those skills and
challenging yourself. I love it.
Challenging myself. Yeah, so I really like that. So I think down the road when I do bring on people, because it probably will eventually happen.
You're gonna have no choice.
Yeah, I'm gonna have no choice, and
you want to bring on some. Like that's how you grow.
Not a ton, but I honestly like the way it'll probably start is I'll bring on one person that kind of works side by side with me, and eventually maybe they can do some smaller projects while I'm working on some other stuff, and then who knows what it evolves to. But
would you always consider? So you're 20. You're the same age as us. We're all 27, 28. But like, would you consider like someone older? Like, could you hire someone older to be in your like? Because I'm sure there's. Say you get a retired carpenter.
That's honestly like the one kind of the route I want to go is like maybe find like a retiree. It doesn't have to be a carpenter. Maybe just somebody
something.
Well, yeah, that'd be really cool. Like from that standpoint, but even just somebody who's retired who either knows like how to do handy type things and could learn it, or somebody who really knows how to do all of it would be great. But
I got a guy for you.
But somebody who's retired because like they don't need to make as much.
That's what
money.
I was gonna say. They can come in for 15 hours a week
exactly,
and they're happy.
Yeah. So
help you with the delivery. Help you like, I just need a guy to sand this table while I'm over doing it.
Yeah, right.
I got a guy for you.
If you hire me, I want to work 40 hours a week because I'm trying to maintain a lifestyle and a baller ass lifestyle. My fucking Bugattis.
So all right, so you probably the first piece you made for an actual person was how long ago?
Just over a year ago. And it was actually my brother, Wesley, not Mason. And he paid me for it, and it's not like I just charge him costs. Like I made money from it. It was my first paying job, and it was a coffee table I made for him. I designed it from scratch. It was like totally my own idea, which was awesome, and I made it for him, and he loved it. And it was kind of hard for me to let it go because it was like my first like real piece, and everybody
Here's
I showed
your
it to
table.
just, like, loved it.
Here's your table. You can't have it. I'll make you another one. But this is what it will look like in another month when I make another one.
So he was like the first like true customer, and then it just evolved from there. Because like social media these days, you just post one thing, it goes to everybody, and then my wife would share it, and other people I know would share it. So it just evolved from that, and just
except for us because we're having a hard time getting the fucking sponsor thing on Instagram. Man. I can't believe it. All I want to do is just share some of our fart stories on the internet. That's all I want to do.
You can't do it.
I can't fucking do it.
They don't want our money. That's why.
Fuck them. We'll do it the old-fashioned way. I'm going to hand out flyers on the street. No, I built
go to the top of a tall building and just throw them off.
I built, like a house party.
Yeah.
House party in the 90s. I built a coffee table like way back for my fucking apartment.
Yeah,
fucking
it's like a back deck. Yeah,
yeah. Mason came over and fucking...
It's massive.
It's huge. It's 300 pounds. And then Mason came over and fucking copied it and put it in his house.
I know.
So
I think Mason's was like way too high. It was like slightly under dining table height. I was like Mason, I think you gotta chop.
I was like, everyone taking off their shoes and eating sushi at this table. Like it's like right where you sit on your knees height. I'm like, what the fuck? That's awesome.
So a year from your first paying job to you quit your job and you started your small business.
Yeah, and all in between that, I had all these other paying jobs, and where I started making more money, and yeah. So it's not like
when
I
did
just
you figure
had no
out
work.
that? When did you figure out that you're like, I'm gonna start making money, like real money on this? Not, I made Evan a table and Ryan a table, and we'll see what comes up after that. You were like, this is gonna happen.
It was kind of like when I figured out like what people would pay for certain stuff, and like I kind of tested the market a little bit and started with like some lower prices, and then eventually increased a little bit. I would look at what was out there too, like mainly on like Etsy because they have a lot of handmade stuff.
Shit though,
just to see. Well, no, it's pretty good stuff.
No, I hate it.
All right,
Evan hates all of it. Anything
Etsy's
on
okay.
Etsy.
I was thinking of Wayfair. Wayfair's fucking trash.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Wayfair's trash. I'm sorry. Sorry, Etsy. You're okay. Wayfair's trash.
But even still, like some of their stuff is pretty expensive. So, like my thing is like some people think like what I make is expensive, but it's not. It's all relative. Just because it's expensive for you doesn't mean it's expensive for everybody.
It's expensive compared to that Wayfair
exactly,
table.
Yeah.
But
and my thing is too. It's like if you went out and bought a nice dining set from like a store, you'd pay pretty good money. So like maybe why not see what it would cost to have it custom made with like really good quality, good materials. It's gonna last forever.
Right.
It might not be that much more expensive, and if it is, it's worth it because it's going to last forever.
And you can dine it yourself or design it yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
so dine at it yourself.
Oh, you can dine at it though.
I mean, that's the goal. You want to eat
dine
at your own table.
We're here to entertain and dine.
Am I allowed to eat on this table or no? This is just for show.
So no, I just deliver it, take a picture, and take it away. Yeah.
This is staging for my Instagram. I'm gonna need
post a picture with everything in it so that people think you bought this table.
Have you been approached by any like? Not anyway. I don't give a fuck who approached you, but I'm saying like a project. You're like, oh, I don't know if I'm there yet.
Yeah, honestly, like
a dresser. Like I need wheels and put my underwear in the top. I feel like that's
like a crazy job. You mean?
Yeah, like have you been approached by?
I thought you were saying like approached by like a person that you didn't
people.
want.
Who gives a fuck about people? You can push anyone.
You're
your own
Carson
boss.
Wentz coming over.
Yeah, you can push anybody away you want. But I'm saying like a job where you're just like, oh, I don't know if I can build a treasure chest.
I mean,
that's a tongue twister, huh?
So honestly, like it's kind of like that with every single job that comes in when they're different than what I've done before because I've never done it. So like, there's always a little bit of me that's nervous. Like, all right, can I do this?
That's what I'm saying. It's crazy that it's been like a year.
I know, but
like I thought you were gonna be like, oh, I've been doing it since high school.
Well, you've had to been like fucking around with some type of shit.
Oh yeah. I've always like known how to use tools and like saws and all that. Yeah, so I've always had a general understanding of how to do it.
Right.
You just like, wake up and watch a YouTube video and be like, how to make a door.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So if
you make doors now,
I'd make a door. Yeah, sure.
Fuck it.
So yeah, like kind of every project that comes in, sometimes I'm a little bit nervous if I've never done it because like I got to think how to do it if I don't know how, and which I can usually figure it out.
Right.
But yeah, recently a big interior design firm reached out to me for a huge project for a small hotel.
Oh, I'm already nervous. I'm sweating for you.
It was like a ton of pieces. They wanted me to submit a bid for it, and I was like, "Yeah, sure, I'll submit a bid." Some of the stuff,
$85,000.
So some of the stuff I was like, yeah, I can definitely make that. It was like dining tables, benches. There was like some like sofa frames, things like that. There was also like a wall unit for the TV. It was like a little more intricate. I was like a little nervous. I'm like, yeah, I've never really done that before, but yeah.
Did they have all the designs?
Yeah. So they designed it all themselves. They sent me all the drawings, all the measurements. So I had all that to go off of. I submitted the bid. Still kind of waiting to hear back. We're going back and forth on the price a little bit because they have a really tight budget trying to open up a hotel.
But that's what.
So,
well, Jesus.
That's
something where you're just like, oh my god, I'm going to need 2 more guys to help me with this.
Yeah,
that's a lot of shit.
So part of that went into the thinking was like, I might have to bring in like at least a couple people. So that went into my pricing. Is like if I had to pay somebody, I had to factor that in.
Either
it's not just me anymore at that point.
Either a couple people, or you can have all this stuff by 2022.
Exactly.
It's up to you.
Yeah,
I don't know.
So that was probably like the biggest one, and it's not. I won't even say it's going to happen because I haven't got the job yet. But that's the first thing that kind of not scared me, but I was like, wow, like
overwhelming.
Like this is like, and not even so much that. Like I was kind of scared. Like this is like it's real. Like if I get this job, it is real.
Well,
like,
not only is it
this
real,
might open me up to like other shit like this that I'm not necessarily prepared for, but I have to figure out how to be because I want my business to grow.
Well,
so
one. It's fucking huge for you. Like you have to take on a challenge like that.
Yeah.
You have to do that, and it's just going to expand you so much. If that hotel likes it, another fucko from another hotel is going to like it. And then all of a sudden But
and not only that, the people that work at that hotel know other people.
Yeah,
you just don't open one hotel. They own a bunch of, you know what I mean.
Right.
But then all of a sudden you're just like, oh shit! Like all my other projects get pushed to the side, and then there's that. That's when you're just like, oh shit, taking resumes. Who knows how to use a saw?
Yeah, and then you kind of have to grow overnight. You have to like, okay, what tools do I need? What equipment do I have to buy? Do I need bigger space? And you just like,
well, that's what happens when they give you the deposit rate. It's like, well, here we go. I'm going to buy a $5,000 saw.
Well, that's the balance because you need to figure out how to grow overnight, but not overgrow.
Exactly.
Because when that job goes away, that $100,000 that they're paying you is going away with it.
It's not $100,000.
Well, either way,
I was trying to make you sound good, man.
Say that $100,000 after everything's all done and said or whatever. You're just like, oh shit, it's only $15,000. I mean, because that's people,
right?
Tools,
but then not only that, now I have to pay these people that I promised a couple hours. Now you can say you can come on for this job, and then it's going to diminish your pool of applicants, but still, it's. And then did we buy a bigger space? Are we now renting a huge space that I don't need because I had to store all that stuff and now I don't have to store all that stuff? You know what I mean?
But on the flip side,
that's what makes it fun to me, at least.
It's fun. But on the flip side, like, maybe like once that job's over, you're sitting in this huge empty space you don't need at the moment.
Right.
But like once the other work comes in, the other jobs like that come in, you're set. So
sometimes there's no going back.
There's no going back. You have to just go all in, and like so. That's kind of like where I've been, and
I love it. I fucking love it.
I've been kind of like. I don't want to say slow with it, but I was really thoughtful about how I wanted to do this. So, like, when I started my garage was probably about the size of yours. It was actually a little bit smaller.
Yeah, I know. You're 3 times as big as this now.
At least.
I mean, come on.
It's a double door. I don't know if that's anything. That's a big deal or not.
I guess you could fit 2 doors here. I don't know.
So, yeah, started in my garage, and I started with like really shitty equipment, just like stuff that like I should not
handsaw for fucking everything. You're like, God damn it,
fucking Noah's Ark over here.
Yeah. So and then at each project that I did, and I made like the profit, I would just go ahead and buy like another tool.
Right.
But I wouldn't buy a brand new tool. I would go on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace and find like a really good quality used tool, and that's how I save money there.
So you can just snag.
Yeah, exactly.
There's gems everywhere.
And then. With a little bit more money, then you upgrade that tool, and then you upgrade that tool. And then
a relative dies, they need to get rid of a saw. You're like, got it. Something happens, they're like, got a divorce. I'm selling all my husband's tools. You're like, fuck yeah, got it.
I'll be right over.
Is he by chance a woodworker?
Yeah. Don't take it down. We're good.
What's the coolest thing that you've designed so far, or that you've made so far, whether you designed it or somebody else designed it?
So everything I do is either designed by me or mostly designed by me. Like obviously it's hard not to take inspiration from every single thing that you see, whether it's furniture, it could be whatever, not even furniture related, but you take inspiration from it. So the coolest thing I did was probably a wine bar that I made for somebody back last August. Had like a big live edge slab on there. cool custom legs that I made for it, wine fridge built into it, matching shelves above. It was probably at the time it was like the biggest piece that I did, so it was what I was most proud of at that time. But even so, like it just got like really good. I don't want to say reviews because it did get, but just feedback from people.
The
online
Yelp
and
reviews
stuff.
were through the roof.
Yeah, but that was probably the coolest one I did.
Was there a lot of intricate things on it, or just the
not
just
really
the, fact the total design?
Not
like
really.
The wine
It was,
fridge and
it was pretty simple in as far as design and like the lines and everything. But it just had like such a cool look. It fit the space so well. It was like a statement piece. So yeah.
This.
Yes,
I love that.
That's it.
It is.
I'm on Zavemade.com. Check them out. I love this because when I told my parents that they were looking for a dining room table, I was like, dude, guys, I'm telling you, like, here we go. The benefits of having the garage door open. These fucking animals. They don't know that we're doing a podcast in here. There's like 10 people listening right now.
Yeah, put it in neutral when you roll by.
We're gonna put signs in the tree neutral. What do they do that in the water when you're fucking? You can't have like
the no wake zone.
Yeah, this is the no wake zone. God damn it, podcast from fucking Wednesday. All right. So yeah, I showed them this photograph. I was like, guys, look at all this shit. Like he's legit.
That was the coffee table I made for my brother. Yeah,
Wesley.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Fucking love it. Just the finish and like the shot.
Oh, that was a massive one too. That was a 10-foot dining table I made for somebody in Cape May.
Oh shit.
And I made that in my garage. That was 10 feet wide by 18 feet long.
So I couldn't close the garage door.
It took up the whole thing. So somehow I got it
Need a
done.
step stool to jump over to the other side.
Somehow I got it done. It turned out great.
Last Supper on that bitch. I love that.
Yep.
There was one oh, that's fucking awesome. Is that real? That looks CGI.
No, so I just I hit it with like a propane torch to like bring out the grain.
Oh wow.
And actually I shipped that in 2 boxes to Texas, which scared the shit out of me.
Ooh.
And it made it.
No
One
shit.
piece, so
Yo, shout out to UPS or whoever.
it was UPS.
Ridge Wallet. You use a Ridge Wallet?
Not anymore. I switched.
To who?
I got the Travax.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Uh-oh.
What the hell's the Travac? I hate it. Where's my sponsors at? Ridge Wallet. I have nothing to do with this. So why'd you go to this one? Just because it's more what?
Just a little different, a little thinner, a little sleeker.
So what would you call this piece that we're looking at? If I can describe it, it looks like a huge cigar box, but
Yeah, so that was I made that for my groomsmen in my wedding.
oh, awesome!
So I made 5 of them, I think it was.
I
or
can't
6.
believe you didn't bring your fucking iron.
I should have
over.
brought my branding. iron.
The problem is you would brand this table and people would have thought you would have made this. This table's way too shitty for your. You're better than this.
I think I am.
I trash.
I think I'm better than this
I
table.
fucking trash picked it, dude. See, this is what I showed my mom, and this is why this is one of the reasons she wanted to hire you. She'd seen this mirror. She's like, "Oh my god, it's so unique and cool."
Yeah, and that was just like something I just like totally thought of. Like randomly one day I was in the shop, just like messing around with some scrap wood that I had. That's all scrap wood. That's
So what we're looking at for the people listening is it's a mirror, but it's like framed out awesomely with this old wood, and then there's like a shelf at the bottom. It's fucking dope. Really cool. You guys have to check out this website, Zavemade.com.
Now, I think my biggest problem, if I was in your shoes, which I can't do any of this stuff, so I'm not pretending that I can. Just throw one out there.
You house cat.
But I think my biggest problem would be I can't design all that kind of stuff. Like I'm not creative out of the box.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm analytical. Like I can't.
Yeah.
I can't think of creative new designs for shit.
So like that is a challenge sometimes, especially like when the person has no idea what they want.
Right.
But typically most people come to me with somewhat of an idea of what they want, so that kind of helps. Even they show me some pictures, which I don't always like because I don't want to pull like too much inspiration from them.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I really like those benches I just made for the Simonson Police.
Awesome.
That was literally one morning. This is when I was still working full time. Randomly, I just thought of this idea. I'm like, all right, I'll make some benches. The armrests will act as like tables. I'll make it all one piece. It'll be metal and wood. And I just grab my computer and I use a program. It's called SketchUp. It's a 3D drawing program.
I know.
Like AutoCAD. Yeah. And so I just quickly like did it in like 20 minutes, sent it to the officer I was dealing with, and he said, yep, let's do it. Good to go.
So they came to you first. You weren't thinking, let me make a bench.
No,
for
I had no
somebody.
idea. They came to me first. They just kind of said they want some benches with tables at the ends for like when people come in there to fill out like paperwork for like got in an accident, whatever.
I'm looking for a handgun.
Yeah.
Are you
picking up my drunk ass son? So yeah, I just kind of had this like idea just to integrate the tables that they wanted into these armrests that were like extended kind of armrests, and so yeah, that was just like a random like design idea that popped in my head, and I just had to do it instantly, or else I would just like forget some of the things I wanted to do. And it was a really simple design. It wasn't like over the top or anything.
Now do you ever think of like designs? Like, do you have say dining room table designs built up so that when I come over to ask for one, you're like, well, I can do something off of this and off of this? And
no, so that's kind of the step I want to get to. Mainly people come to me because they see like all the work that I do. I try to have like a pretty good social media presence. And I think what I do on social media shows them that I can kind of do whatever they want. But eventually I do want to get to the point where I have somewhat of like a stock table that I design myself, like of multiple different styles of dining tables, coffee tables, whatever it is.
There's just like 6 of them laying around, so you can be like, gotcha.
Not even that. Like still made to order, but like that way I could push ads on Instagram and Facebook, which Evan's having a lot of trouble.
I'm having a fucking horrible time, dude. Guys, I just want to put videos up of me talking about poo. God damn it.
But if you just think like that's the way you typically shop anyway, is like, you see an ad for something, whether it's in a magazine, not so much anymore, but Instagram, Facebook, whatever, TV, and you say, oh my God, I want that shirt, I want that whatever, whatever you want.
This
and
Zavemade hat.
Yeah, buddy. So
get your camera game up, dude. You're switching to the wrong shit all the time. Sorry, go ahead.
So that's kind of like the step I want to get to, is have like some like locked in designs that people just kind of buy on the spot. And then there could be some slight modifications from there, but part of buying that design is it would be somewhat of a locked-in price.
Right.
So that way I can help control my costs a little bit, buy material in bulk, because right now I buy all material like per the job, so I spend a little bit more for that.
Right.
But that means I also don't have all this material laying around that I paid for that's not getting used. Yeah. So
that's what I'm saying. So like, I wouldn't be able to, like, if let's say I was getting a dining room table, I would be like, I want a dining room table.
I want to eat off it.
You know what I mean? Like,
well, that's where I would come in and say, like, all right, what size do you want? What color do you want it to be? That would help narrow down what type of wood I use.
Right, but those stocks would help for me to flip through a book, quote unquote. You know what I mean? And be like,
it's the same shit. This dude's been like, yo, I want to get a tattoo. He's been telling me this for 6 years. So he's got to go, what kind of tattoo should I get? I don't fucking know.
I don't know. I don't know. I can't.
You want a pirate flag? I don't know what to tell you.
And that's I can't go to the guy and be like, I want a tattoo, and he's like, okay, cool. Like, what kind? The
one you put on me permanently?
Yeah, but I honestly, like, so far, for the most part, the people that have come to me have somewhat of an idea of what they want. So I haven't ran into that issue so much yet, but it is the route that I'm
coming.
going.
I'll tell you that.
I do want to have like these kind of stock tables that I push ads for, and then still focus on doing custom stuff. But that brings us back to the point where if I bring on employees, have them push out the production type material,
so they know what they're doing.
So they know what they're doing. So there's quality. There's no question as like, what do I do next? How long does this have to be?
Hey, boss, what am I doing?
You did it last time.
Just like that.
You're making the Zavemade number 3.
The same thing you did on Tuesday, you're doing today. I don't understand.
Zavemade number 3. You shut your mouth and you don't take lunch because I'll smack you.
And that's how I'm going to talk to, because I'm from the South.
I'm that baby's baby. That's my baby, boss. Oh shit.
That's how you have to talk to them. I know that.
Hey.
Yeah.
Put them in their place.
If you want them to listen, you got to talk like that.
These fucking employees are too entitled. I'll tell you that.
You got to treat them like puppies. You just beat them. Beat them.
That's not a lawsuit waiting to happen. No.
Hey, no dudes get me too'd by another dude. All right, it's either a guy or a girl and a guy. No dudes are me tooing.
Plus, that's what insurance is for, right? Insurance will take care of it.
Yeah.
Me too's in now. Okay,
Yeah.
It's in fad. Hashtag,
that's the goal.
Zavemade # me too. So, meaning I want a table too.
You have to specify that.
Yeah.
So what's next? Like, are you booked right now? These people that are listening want to buy new shit.
Yeah, so right now I'm kind of booked. I'm working on 2 big projects right now, which is kind of like where I want to keep my max current projects at. Just because I don't have the space, and like B, I just want to focus on like putting all my all into every single one.
And not forgetting about, oh fuck, that one's ready to go.
Yeah. And it's just for like myself, it's just too much to manage. Like if I had more than that going on at once. Because there's still like the other stuff I gotta do. I gotta do paperwork. I gotta do the paperwork shit online. I gotta respond to messages. I have people texting me messages on Facebook. So, it's a little bit too much to manage at this point. But so for the most part, right now I am a little bit booked. I have some stuff in the pipeline, which is good. That's what I always want, stuff in the pipeline. I want customers that are okay with that.
Right.
And so far everybody's been pretty cooperative. But
so if you had somebody that was looking for a dining room table, how long would it take? How long would you say that it's going to take them?
I'd probably, like, if they called me right now and said I want a dining room table, I'd probably say, okay, I could probably start in 2 weeks, and you'd probably have it in a total of 4.
Oh, that's not bad.
No,
It's not
but
bad wait time.
But see, you always forget because you think it's like no, it's you're doing your
yeah,
it's not 40 hours a week,
I'm
right?
making
Because
it-
it's your shit. So you probably what do you do? 10-hour days at least.
at least, yeah.
Yeah, this ain't Amazon either. You ain't
No,
gonna have it
no.
in 2 days.
And,
No,
and that's
no.
that's what people understand. They're coming to me for a reason because they want something, maybe not that they just want something handmade, but they want something higher quality,
Right.
because they want their money to go to a good piece of furniture. So, yeah, it's not been an issue so far, but I can imagine eventually it will be. But everybody's been pretty cooperative so far.
Right.
And I try to like build trust with them. I think that they see that it's just me. I don't have these other people. I don't have employees. They know that it's just me behind the name.
Yeah.
You know,
It ain't Zave and friends.
Yeah. The shop with Zavemade and friends.
Yeah.
There you go.
Zavemade with a bunch of retiree carpenters,
With a bunch of old guys.
with a bunch of old retirees,
Yeah.
drunks. I pay them in beer.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, just if you cut off your thumb, just
Just
put it in your pocket and get the fuck out of here.
Just a lot of beer.
I'm gonna need you to get that out of here.
Don't tell them how it happened.
There's wood glue over there. You can use that to stick it back on.
That's
Staples.
awesome. That's cool though, dude. It's real inspiring though. Like I said, we had Lauren on last week. You on this week. It's like obviously we're not in the same boat. I mean, we do it for shits and giggles, but like,
Right.
let's see you take a leap. You're like, oh, I quit my job, so that means like you're actually fucking. You're making money. You're able to do.
Well, I'll put this out there. I'm definitely not right now. I'm not making and I wasn't making great money before, but I'm not. I'm not making what I was making before because I'm not really at this point. I haven't taken a paycheck. I have money coming in, but I'm not like paying myself.
It doesn't matter. Though, you're happy.
I'm happy. Yeah. Unfortunately, my wife makes pretty good money. I'm on her benefits, so we're comfortable right now. But yeah, I mean, honestly, like when you're self-employed, you're always going to work more than 40 hours a week. You're always going to work.
No question.
You're always going to work more than you're worth. So like, you're never going to see that dollar value, you know, and be able to tie it to your work.
No,
So,
Right, and
it's awesome.
but
though.
my thing is, as long as I'm happy and as long as I'm able to provide
Dude,
for my
that's what's
family,
important.
and eventually it's going to get to the point where I probably will make more than I was making. And if not, as long as I'm able to sustain myself and my business and
Right.
And I'm happy, that's all that matters.
And that's what Lauren was saying. Like, people are always like, "Oh, you own your own business or something like that." Like, "Oh,
must be nice, yeah.
Must be nice setting your own hours."
Oh,
But, like,
is it?
Here's the thing: I'm working way more than you do
Yeah.
right now,
And it is
and
nice.
probably making less, like in a startup situation.
And honestly, it is nice. I can set my own hours, and fortunately for me, like I don't have like a store, so I don't have like people come in all the time that I have to worry about. Like, so if I want to get to the shop at 10 o'clock, I can.
Right.
But that doesn't mean I'm waking up at 9. That means
Right.
I was probably still up at 5:30, like I get up every day, and I'm doing work on the computer, or I'm just doing stuff that I have to get done. So it is nice I can set my own hours, but I am always doing something. You know, whether it's even if I'm just scrolling through Instagram on my phone, it's still something related to work because I'm, you know, either posting content or I'm looking for stuff that I can do next, or I'm looking for people I can follow that might be a potential customer. So there's
Right.
always something going on.
Or the fact that you get to work at 10. Oh my
Unacceptable.
goodness!
Unacceptable.
The fact that you
so
get
rude.
the fact the fact that you get to work at 10 means if you weren't doing anything for work, that means that you're now not making more money.
Yeah,
in that
exactly,
in that
yeah.
span. Like people forget that
Yeah.
if you're not working, you're not making the money, whether that's
Mhm.
on Instagram or
Yeah.
or at the shop or something like that. So people are like, "Oh, you set your own hours, so you can go in, you can sleep, you can go golfing in the morning,
Yeah.
and then you can go in." Yeah, I
Trust
could,
me,
and I'm gonna make fucking $20
Yeah.
today. That's
yeah,
it. So
I am not doing that. I mean, yeah, like I am setting my own hours. I'm not. The nice thing is I'm not rushed to get there. Like before, like I had to be at work at 8:30. You know, when I work for somebody else. Now, like
you got traffic. You're trying to make
Yeah,
breakfast real
yeah.
quick. Like
now, I want to get to work, like to the shop, like at a decent hour. But I'm not pressured to get there at a certain time. And
Right.
I know that like now I have the availability to work whenever I want, so I can work late. I can work on the weekends if I have to.
right.
But
or
yeah.
if you're you ain't doing shit on Saturday, I'm gonna go into the shop.
Yeah, why
You know
not?
what I mean, like it's
Or if something's got to get done, it's got to get done. So I'm
Right.
gonna spend the time.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, for the most part, it is pretty structured. You know, I try to get to the shop by like 8 o'clock. I stay till like 5 or 6.
Everything's
but,
a schedule.
yeah.
If you don't stick to a schedule, like that's why I hate having days off. Everyone's going, oh, dude, I love that. Having days off from work like fucked me up. Like I need my schedule.
Mhm. So
Right, or you have that, or you.
Everyone's staring at me now. You guys disagree pretty hard, or
no. I mean,
I like days off.
I
I understand what you're saying.
I typically need a schedule, but like even if I don't, I can always find something to do. So
right, and I do like. I've always envied the ability to be able to work more and make more. Like I'm not in sales, so if I continue to work, I still make the same amount of money.
Yes, I'm in the same boat.
On one hand, you're like, I got stuff that I need to get done, and that's all well and good, and I'll work late, like it's no big deal, but I wish I was then making more. Like there's Saturdays where like I'm not doing anything. I would go into work for 5 hours or something like that. I don't have a problem with working more. Yeah, but I also kind of want to see that payback.
Yeah. It sucks. That's exactly how I am. And the fucking union suck my balls. I don't care who fucking listens. Like I could work minimum, or I can work as hard as I want.
Right.
We're all getting paid the same. So I'm just like, this fucking blows. And like, I just have too much pride, or like I care too much. Where I'm like, no, like it's gotta look good.
I ain't gonna half-ass.
Yeah.
No. So like, I'm gonna do it. And then all of a sudden, it's like, but there's just people who just fuck around and float around. And I'm just like, you pieces of shit. Like, I'm $10 better than you an hour, at least.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's nothing will ever happen. It's fucking bullshit.
Honestly, like I always thought like money was like a huge driving factor for me, like for work. That's kind of why I took the jump from what I was doing before and started this corporate job. But and it varies from organization to organization. But like once I was in the job that I was in for more than a year, like I started to realize I'm like, all right, it takes a lot of work to climb to. I don't want to say the top, but even just to get promoted to the next level and the level after that and so on. And I was not comfortable with putting in the work that they wanted me. No, I don't want to say that sounds bad.
No.
I mean, I wasn't comfortable with doing their whatever they wanted.
Right.
What not even job related. Just there was always all this like
you got Me Too'd at work?
No,
Is that where you're going? You got Me Too'd?
No, there's all these hoops you had to jump through. You had to like
show us on the dial where they touched you.
Where'd you get Me Too'd at?
No, but like, you had to like jump through all these hoops, and
Austin 316 said, "Put it in my ass."
But so you had to jump through all these hoops and do like all this shit that was not even just like your job related. Like you could do a good job in your role. That didn't matter. There was all this other shit, this corporate politics that I hated. And so finally it got to the point where I was like, you know what? I'd rather just do my own thing, where I know that every single thing that I do, whether it's good or bad, is going to either benefit me or hurt me. And that way I have full accountability on myself.
Yep, I like it.
Whereas before, like in the corporate job, like I was kind of like, I got to the point where I was stagnant just because I hated it. Like I did try to advance. I tried to get into different areas of the business and stuff, but it just wasn't happening. And part of it because I wasn't willing to do that extra shit that I hate. Like, you know, you have to just put on this front and you be like totally fake. And I'm like, that's just not me. So like I said, fuck it, I'm doing my own thing.
Yeah, and I know exactly what you're fucking talking about. And the problem is like, you have this extra stuff to do that you shouldn't have to do in order to do what you have to do. Like, does that make sense? Yeah. Like there's a whole different world outside of your work. So if I can just do my work and do my work well and advance, then it'd be all well and good. But that's not it. No. Like you have to laugh at fucking stupid jokes.
Oh.
You have to.
God forbid, fucking
rah.
Exactly.
Do you guys want to go to Applebee's for happy hour?
You got to go to fucking Applebee's, like
pizza party.
Yeah. You have to be all about it, and
it's Beth's birthday. We're all gonna get those candles that don't blow out.
You know, Karen in accounting, she turned 50.
Yeah.
Everybody bringing something.
No, thanks.
You want to sign her card? No.
I sure don't.
No, I don't.
Who's Karen?
Yeah. First off, who's Karen? Point her out to me.
All right. We got some peas to take. I don't mean peas. I mean like pisses.
Well, let's do our normal setup. You gotta give me a clue. I forgot my iPad today. Or actually, Kate's iPad. Technically.
I'm sure you have to piss.
And that has our music on it. It makes it super easy. I just press a button and it starts. Now I got my phone. It's fucking up. It's fucking up. I'll tell you that.
He got here super late.
Watch it, dude.
Me and Zave were fucking falling asleep waiting for him.
I was here like 6:15 helping Evan with Instagram, Facebook, and
nothing happened. Nothing happened. We still didn't figure it out.
All right, so halftime.
A little tea time. A little pee break. Chelsea's here ready to take our pictures. Shucks, man.
Something else.
She's been ready. She's like, I need to take your
She's
fucking
been done ready.
pictures.
She's like, it's time. I'm
Before it
home
gets
from
dark
work.
out.
I got to shower, okay?
Before it gets dark
what's
out.
going on? All right, guys, we're taking halftime. And here we
Cheers.
go.
Let's go.
And we are back. We took a piss about a half hour ago. For some reason, we were just chit-chatting about real estate. We are moguls. We're in the real estate business right now. Tim,
It's midnight right now.
It is midnight.
Just want to let you
Actually,
guys know.
never mind. I was just going to do the thing, but we don't have to do it. We're just back where we were.
Yeah, good
Say,
thing
put
I
your
cut,
headphones
good,
on.
good thing I cut you off then.
Yeah. Say, put your headphones on.
They're good.
Oh, the left one goes on the left. Okay, I get it now.
So,
I get
Zave,
it.
during
I
commercial...
didn't even notice that, but no, like, they were like flipping around and.
Zave, between
All right, now we're good.
Complicated headphones.
between commercial... I'm sorry. Between commercial breaks, you were just telling us how you snort redwood. Can you...
Oh yeah.
Great.
Your headphones are attached. Don't go too far. Walking down the street with his fucking headphones still
trying to get to the beer. Trying to get to the
Get to the beer.
Get to the beer.
Podcast sucks them out.
Get to the chopper.
Give us the headphones at least.
Take my eyes, but not my shirt. All right, guys. What do you guys want to talk about now?
We want to talk about. We want to
Life.
remind the people about the Bend of the Shore.
Guys, everybody who has given a donation so far to Bend to the Shore Bike Tour, we really appreciate it. We love it. We need to raise more money. It's a great cause. It's for all the first.
Families beyond the badge.
I was just about to say all the first offenders, but like that sounds very
Real bad.
first
Nah,
responders,
We don't want to support
firefighters,
those.
police. We really appreciate it. Just donate it. It's nothing. $5. We don't care. Just anything.
Who's our biggest donator right now? Donator.
Mama Joe and
Mama Joe and Dad.
Big Papa Greg gave
That's
us
right.
a hundo spot.
Nice.
Nice. I was like, all right, guys, thanks.
They
And
opened up the wallets.
Dude, they did it on Saturday. I went to their house for Easter. Didn't know that they gave us so much money. Didn't say a fucking thing about it. And then all of a sudden, I seen it like Monday morning. I was like, oh shit! I was over your house all day yesterday and didn't know that you guys.
Well,
Fucking...
they weren't going to bring it up. They were like,
No.
it's okay.
Maybe
He
they were
doesn't
just.
know.
They might have been just waiting the entire time. Like, oh, is he gonna bring it up? Is he gonna bring it up? They don't give a fuck.
How do we take that money back?
My parents are like the most richest people who aren't rich. Like they don't give a fuck. Like they don't even. Oh, here's a hundo. You're just like, you sure? Speaking of, my dad asked me to get. Okay. He's going turkey hunting this weekend. He's like, oh, did you? He just has like guns all hidden around my house from when like they were they moved out of their house like
Yeah.
a couple months ago. So like they were like keeping shit here as the move was going on.
Have you checked behind the vent,
He's like, yo,
behind the fridge?
pull that string hanging in the third bedroom, and all of a sudden it's like, and there's like fucking a machine gun that falls from my ceiling. I'm like, yo, dude. He's like,
And,
yeah.
and 2 bags of
I need
cocaine.
the long stock. I'm going turkey hunting this week, and I was like, yo, guy. I'm waiting for a fucking leg or something to fall out of my attic or something. Like, who the fuck is up in my attic?
Can you tell me that these are here? Because I'm going to get arrested.
Yeah, I'm having a baby. I can't have a fucking random shit just falling out of random machine guns falling out of the fucking ceiling. There's fucking 30-round clips and shit underneath pillows. I was an Easter egg hunt for fucking bullets and shit around here.
Your dad's finding guns all over the place. He's like, 32 guns here, F. Did you not know that? Oh,
Tap
my bad.
your-
I thought you talked about that.
Tap your sink twice, and a 9mm will fall from the. You're just like, what the fuck is going on?
And your dad's, like, handy. Your dad's,
Oh, for sure.
So he probably built some shit into
Yeah.
your walls. Like, if you bang twice on this part of the wall, the whole thing will slide back.
the
There's a
type
whole
of-
nother room over here.
Yeah,
Did you know that?
he's the type of dude like you sit on a chair and then all of a sudden a fucking airbag pops out and your asshole goes flying through your mouth and you're fucking stuck to the ceiling. Those fucking commercials.
Out of fucking control.
Speaking of airbags, we were a couple minutes today at work, couple seconds away from a car crash. So it would be stupid for me to even name the streets, but either way,
Dude, was it right where you were cutting grass? Did it happen right there?
it was,
Oh, this is after the fact. Because I was going to say, when I was delivering those benches to the police department, this lady came in and said, I want to report an accident. She walked in. I'm like, where the hell did you walk? Like,
no, it wasn't. No,
I
seen you at the I
You
seen
gotta
you
have
at
a
the,
taxi, not
Yeah.
an Uber, like a taxi.
no, I seen you at the police station today. It was by Memorial Park. So we eat lunch at Memorial Park. Like you bring your own lunch. We have a microwave and like a fridge at Memorial Park, and one of like the whatever, rooms, closet, whatever. So we go there during lunchtime, whatever the fuck you call it. Well, we do. We have a fridge and shit. We leave like waters in there and shit.
Rooms, closets, whatever.
So we have a microwave. Okay. So you go there, heat up your lunch, and we're leaving lunch. We're leaving the parking lot, and I heard like a bang, but didn't think anything of it. Like, so I'm pulling out of the parking lot, going on the road, and we're driving towards the light, and like it happened so quick. Like you just pull out, and it's literally like a car or two in front of us. A dude blew through the red light, going, or just say east to west. He blew the red light. They were going. So it was a long road. So like, the car that hit the other car. This is so confusing trying to.
Well, say the streets for us, and maybe we can help.
No, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. Just picture a cross.
Okay.
So
like a normal
the
intersection.
East to west of the cross is shorter than north to south.
Okay.
Of a cross, right? Jesus' cross. So the car.
What do you mean shorter? Like there's more lanes on the north and south?
A cross is not even. I don't think.
Right, but a road continues. A road doesn't stop like a cross does.
What's wrong with you, dude? So listen.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah, they go through a 4-way stop just to hit another stop sign. Like
it's a short ass street. The other one's a medium-sized street.
They're not starting at a dead end, you dope. Obviously.
Okay.
Anyway, the car going south to north had the green light from a distance, and it just turned. So they're going pretty fast. It's like a big road, so it's not like it's stop every. It's not
right,
like
they're cruising.
They're cruising. The dude, I'm guessing it turned yellow, and he like went through the red. And either way, they hit each other, but it hit one of our guys, so they crashed into each other.
Who hit who? The guy that ran the red light, or the guy that?
The
was
guy
going
who
green?
ran the red light got T-boned. So like he was going through, and then the other car hit its back. But when he hit its back, it sent it flying into another car. The other car that it hit was one of our guys at work at the red light leaving lunch also. Like we just took two different exits out of the park.
In one of the company trucks? Or town trucks?
Yeah.
Now,
smashed his fucking front of his car.
One of them big trucks, or was it just like a F-150?
No, it wasn't like a dump truck. It was just like a regular like pickup truck type.
Right.
He didn't get hurt or anything. It wasn't like devastating. It wasn't anything compared to the two cars that fucking crushed each other.
Yeah.
Both going, I don't know. It looks a lot faster, but they're probably only going like 40 or 50.
But still, that's fast as shit.
Oh, the airbags
like,
were out.
compared to an accident.
Well,
not,
me and my partner Brian are just sitting there chit chatting. I'm like, dude, we're just talking about like, all right, the Sixers going to beat the Raptors. This is what they got to do. Like blah blah blah. Because he eats lunch in the truck. Like that's just his thing. Because he likes to listen to the Fanatic, all that shit. I'm out getting my fucking suntan on, blah blah blah, out in the sun, legs out, roll the shorts up a little bit higher than even they are. And then we get in, we're sitting there, I'm like, I don't know, dude, I'm scared about the Raptors. And I hear something, and it's nothing to me if nothing happened. But I heard a bang, but I'm just like, that could be anything. Dump truck crossing 130, you just hear the dum-dum-dum. And all of a sudden we're going ahead, and like they're literally right in front of us, and I see the guy and the girl get out of the car that hit the truck. The truck, a cooler went flying, all this shit, and they're going out like, oh, airbags, fucking antifreeze leaking all over, gas leaking all over, and it's like, their horn.
Oh shit!
I'm like, did that just happen? Like in front of us? Like so, it happened, but we didn't see it. But like literally, I'm talking like it just happened.
Right. If you were paying attention,
we watched them get out of the car.
Right.
So that's how fast it happened. Like,
did you guys pull over?
Well, we pulled over because our dude got hit. Because first of all, we were gonna see what happened, but like we seen our guy at the red light. I didn't know he got hit. He just put his hand out the window and like waved us over. Like all right, let's
and
all.
You're like, nah, dog, talk to you later.
Nah, I got shit to cut. But I was like, all right. I thought he just like waved us over. Like, yo, I thought maybe the one dude was hurt. He's like, oh, help us, or help this guy. He's fucking hurt.
And you waved back. And
I'm like,
driving.
dude, I'm on a schedule. I can't. I'm sorry.
I'm still on lunch. I'll be over in 10 minutes.
I'm on a schedule.
I got grass to cut, bro.
Grace ain't gonna cut itself. Okay. Kid's got softball. So, I see him, and then all of a sudden I'm like, why ain't you getting out of the car? He's like, they just hit me. I'm like, what the fuck you doing in the car? He's an older dude. He's like, dude, my shoulder. I was like, oh, shit, here we go. This dude's fucking dead.
Well, because he's working. Now he's like, my shoulder, my neck, and my...
Well, he's like fucking 66. I don't even know why he's still working. But he has like a shoulder...
Tell him to get a job at Zavemade.
Yeah, I might hire him.
No, trust me. I'm doing you a favor.
You can get that township pension?
I'm doing you a favor. But I'm saying that either way, it was just like... And I'm sitting there, and I'm talking to Brian. I'm like, were we going to get hit if
it was...
if I pulled out of the parking lot, because we would have made a left, but this dude blew through the light this way, so I was like,
isn't that like crazy to think about?
I was like, dude,
like if you ever pass an accident and it's like you can tell it just happened, it's like holy shit! If I had left anywhere a little bit sooner, that could have been.
If I didn't take the piss. Yeah. If I wasn't peeing.
If you weren't rolling down your shorts from your suntan sesh.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if I didn't walk out of... Because he pulled up, and I was like, all right, blah, blah, blah. Like, if I wasn't just pissing or something, I was like, we're 8 seconds... But you know what? It's even crazier. Like, 8 seconds, we would have got hit.
7 seconds, you would have missed it. Yeah.
7 seconds, 11 seconds, we would have just turned around him, or he would have stopped, or like.
Right.
So like it has to be precise.
Or like right in the middle, it could have been way worse. Like it could have been like a little fender bender, or it could have been like
right. They hit the front.
Total.
They
Like,
could have hit the side of me if
yeah.
I was I was just sitting there. I was like,
I hate thinking about that shit.
so interesting. Of like, but everybody was fine.
Yeah.
Nobody got hurt.
Yeah.
Everybody was out walking around and shit. But I'm just like,
So.
but I'm thinking in my head too because I'm like, not like so into work and shit. I'm like, damn, if our truck would have got hit, like we would have been fucked. Like we don't have a backup truck for us. I was like,
right.
we would have been fucked. What would we be pulling the trailer with? And like,
Hey,
that's what I thought. Not thinking that I would smash my arm and have a concussion. But
get
like,
on the mowers, ride the mowers to the
There
next.
you go.
Put flashers on the mowers and just cruise around town cutting shit.
See, I have a similar story, but there was no. Well, I guess there still was.
I hit
an
a homeless
accident.
guy and then I put him in my trunk.
There you
But
go. And he's still there today. So I'm coming down a
Bring him
road, coming towards a circle intersection, and maybe, I don't know, 50 yards from the
Kilometers?
circle. Kilometers.
Go by kilometers when you talk about
And
distance.
then somewhere between 5 and 1,000 kilometers. I don't know how
And go by
long a
Celsius,
kilometer-
not Fahrenheit, please.
It's 42 degrees Celsius, which is probably way too hot, right? I don't know. I don't
You
know how
got me,
Celsius
bro.
Yeah, I forget.
I don't know. I don't know. But I'm coming up to the circle, and there's a guy coming around the circle, and is going to come like opposite of me to go back the way that I'm coming. But he's cruising around this circle hard, and he gets towards the end where you would have to make a slight right to take the road that I'm on. But he, instead of making the full slight right that he would need to take the road, he just made a partial slight right. So he was coming right at me, right at the front of my car. And you're driving, you're not really paying attention when you're driving. Like
No, because I text all the time when I drive.
well, I'm not saying that. I wasn't texting or anything like that.
Sure.
But when you're driving, you're looking around like you've driven before, so you know where the road is, and you're just doing your
sense
thing.
of the road.
All right, you're just doing your thing, and I'm like looking to the side, and I like glance over as he's passing the yellow lines coming onto my side, and is coming straight at the front of my car, and I was like, oh fuck! So I swerve to the right. That's what I said.
Oh fuck!
I says to myself, oh fuck! I swerve to the right,
And then I slide to the left.
and I'm eventually gonna slide to the left, but now he's coming right at my side because he starts to swerve back. So I just picture the back of his car sliding into the back of my car. So I hit the gas and slid to the left to try to kick my back out. And I'm bracing.
Thank God for the
impact.
potholes because it said 2 hops this time.
I'm bracing for impact as his back slides past my back, and then he spins fully around, fully
Bracing for
around,
impact.
and slams into the side of like the curb side piece shit. Like the bumper popped off and all that kind of stuff, and people behind me stopped.
But you didn't get hit at all.
I didn't get hit at all. I wish there was like an overhead view, because it had to be fucking close. Because I literally closed my eyes to brace for impact because I thought he was gonna hit the back of my car. At first, it was front, then he was coming right at me, and then it was back to back.
So he was definitely texting or
missed-
something.
Yeah, it was a guy and a girl.
Oh,
He
she
had
was
to be
giving him
doing
top.
something.
She was topping him off. Giving one of those afternoon top offs.
It had to be. She had to be topping him off.
Yeah. And they're only boyfriend and girlfriend because husband and wife don't do that shit.
But the people behind me stopped.
Young love.
And I see, like, my heart's beating fast and shit because I
course.
almost got hit. And I see the guy behind me getting out of the car, and I was like, he's got him.
Later.
I'm going. I ain't gonna get out of this car and then yell at these kids that
I know.
are fucking up.
Yeah.
And
That's when you always wonder, like, when are you supposed to be the good Samaritan? Like, I mean, nothing really happens. So you're like, fuck it, I'm out of here.
but also, like, it depends on. I'm not a nurse, so
Yeah,
like
what
it
am I gonna
depends
do?
on what's going on.
I'm not a mechanic either. I'm not changing your tire for you.
Right.
I got AAA. I don't give a fuck.
You want me to call somebody for you?
yeah,
or-
I got AAA. You're not using my account.
But another time, I was driving down one of the roads, and there's a Wawa, like an old school Wawa, not like the big gas one, and there's all like plants and bushes out front and shit like that. And on the other side, coming towards me, a car goes up on the road, goes through like bushes. There's signs and shit like that, knocking them down, and then
Grand
like
Theft
as
Auto.
I kind of gun it to get past him because if he swerves back, then he's gonna hit me. And when he passed me, he like swerved out into the middle of the road because he probably panicked again and then slammed sure that person's all right. And I pulled over, looked in my rearview mirror, and there was like 8 people already around the car, and I was like, I'm out of here.
Tell another story real quick because I have a good car story.
I would have loved to stop and then see if that person was okay.
Yeah, but
hey, can
you
I
got
do
other
anything?
people. Yeah, there's no need for a ninth person.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So now I'm pulled over and I'm stopping other traffic. Not that I mean I'm pulled over, but it's not a big street where like multiple lanes where people can still pass you. And then I'm standing next to the guy and I'm like, "Hey, are you okay? I know this guy asked you, but are you still okay? I know this guy called the cops already, so they're on their way. But is there anything I can do as just a regular citizen?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not in that world. If I was a nurse, maybe I'd get out and help and
exactly.
See if maybe they were having a fucking seizure or something like that, and I know what I have to do. I got to support their head or something like that. I don't know. I've seen movies.
That happened
Juice, that was a good one.
That happened to us a couple weeks ago. We were going to dinner, and we're driving like down the street in Merchantville, and we see this kid riding his bike, and I don't know what he hit, but he hit something, and he just went flying over the handlebars. And
wait,
I was
like bicycle or like
bicycle?
motorcycle?
So he's on the sidewalk. I'm like,
so he was
fuck.
cruising on that bike.
I'm like, geez, this is bad. Like, and it happened like right next to us when we were at a red light. So I'm like, all right, let's
He had
just
a hoe on his pegs.
let's pull over. And like, my wife's a nurse, so obviously like she wanted to help. So like, and typically like, I would just like, I don't want to sound like an ass, but like keep going because I just don't want to involve myself.
You don't sound like an ass because I would do the same thing.
Right,
but
no, I would stop. But
so,
like, what the fuck am I gonna?
So
do?
we ended up stopping. We pulled over, put the flashers on, and we're like, "Oh my god!" Like, and he was a kid, like, so I'm like, "All right, you all right? Like, you know, do you want us to like throw your bike in our car? We'll drive you home." Like, because at first he's like, "Oh, I can't move my leg." I'm like, "Oh fuck, this is bad.
I'm gonna have to cut it off.
This
is my good belt. I can't put it around his leg."
So he ended up. We like helped him up, and he was like, "No, I'm fine. I'll walk my bike home."
Yeah, it's a good belt, dude. Hot Top. It's one of my studs.
I mean, if I had my Sawzall or something, I would have just cut it off.
I'll show you how to cut off a limb, son.
I'll take it from here, babe. Get out of here.
I did this once before, but by accident.
Yeah.
By accident. So,
you can't feel your leg? Oh, let me go home and get my table saw. I'll take care of it.
You.
So we helped him out, got his bike up, and he's good to go.
Right. So that
it felt good. Though. I felt really good.
Exactly, but that's a different situation where like you saw it happen. You were the only one around. So yeah, help. Like don't be a dick, Ev.
So I've seen car accidents. Of course, everybody sees them. I've never really been in one. Knock on wood, thank God. But like I've seen accidents, and like there's not really much you can do. Like you say, people jump to this. There's good Samaritans everywhere. Actually, like people are really like quick to jump into it. But like I've never seen anything really fatal either, other than this one time. So.
It's not funny because you said it's fatal.
Nah, I don't know if it was fatal.
Not really fatal. Okay.
I don't know if it was
then
fatal.
Then it is funny.
So.
Other than this one time.
So I was getting my hair cut underneath the L. This is 4 or 5 years ago, maybe 4 years ago. Excuse me, thank you. And
your excuse.
So I'm leaving. I leave the haircut, and it's underneath the L, which it's very crowded as it is underneath the L. It's very interesting, like the streets.
And the L, what's the L?
Oh, the L. So like in the Philadelphia, under the L is just a raised train. So like, I don't know.
Yeah, same thing that you would say in
just
Chicago and
it's just a raised train. The train's, I don't know, 30 feet in the air, and then people drive. There's streets underneath it. You drive underneath it. I got my music on. I'm cruising, minding my business. There's people watching. My attention. I'm at a red light. My attention's drawn to my right because there's 2 cops patting down this guy on the side of the road. They have them. It's all like just stores, just rows of stores, just like I don't know. It's hard to describe. Just think of the city underneath the train, blah blah. They're patting down this dude. I'm guessing he either stole something. They know this dude. He didn't seem like a good guy. He's
but
like
of course, you got to look. Like that's something you
got.
That's something
I'm
you're
at the
like,
red light,
fuck yeah.
And I'm sitting there. I'm fucking staring. I'm like, oh
even if
shit.
you're driving, it's
and I'm sitting there coming up with like scenarios in my head. I'm like,
do they got cuffs on him? They got cuffs on him?
I'm sitting. I was like, is this dude gonna make a run for it? They're gonna tackle him? Is he gonna punch the cop? And what's gonna happen? So like I'm sitting there, and a train's above me. You're under the L, so you hear the like the stop just stopped. To the left of me is one of the SEPTA stops. SEPTA is the train company in the city of Philadelphia. And it's like one of the big exits. So I look to the left now because I hear the and I see, I don't know, fucking 40 people coming down the stairs. They just got let off the train. So you can tell people who work in the city, all that nonsense. So maybe their car is parked around. There's a parking lot somewhere. They're coming home from work, whatever. So my head's just fucking whipping around. I'm just like, all right, who am I? Blah, 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 blah. So I'm in the right lane, sitting there. And I guess there's like a You know how some of the lights have like the green arrow. You go first. This goes first. Right. So car's cruising. I don't know if this person went through a light, if they were waiting for something, but all I hear is like. I look to the left and I see people, of course, coming off the train, but like I look back to the right to see if this dude's fucking fighting with the cops yet, and I hear like, whatever, like a sound, but I'm like, I don't know, like I turn to the left as I hear the sound. It's weird, like I'm turning and hear the sound at the same time. So like I see the girl for like a second, but I see this fucking red blob, which is, it's so funny because it goes so fast, but I knew it was a Toyota Prius. You know what I mean? Like I knew the car, like you just get zoned in. If nothing ever happened, I wouldn't know what car it was. But since I seen what happened, so I'm turning to my left, and I see this chick coming off the train. She's walking down the stairs, and she goes across the street. So that's why I assumed it was red, because I'm sitting at a red light. So this car must have not blew through a red light, like flying on the thing, but like maybe turned on red or something, and it was going pretty fast. Crushes this girl as she crosses the street.
Really?
So it's not her fault, because it's always the car's fault, but like she wasn't at the corner. She snuck in between two cars. You know, cars are parked on the side of the road.
Shit, yeah.
So she pried out in between the two cars on the side of the road as this car is probably turning really fast, like coming and turning. Crushes her. Fucking crushes her. And, like, I'm turning as it happens, and it sounded...
Like, leave her feet flipping in the air.
Leave their fat. She
leave
their
those
fat.
fat feet.
But like the crazy thing was the car did not stop at all.
Oh,
so
shit.
crushed her, knew it crushed her, and didn't think twice and just kept going.
Oh my god!
They were like, "That was a deer. Don't worry about it."
It sounded like Tupperware getting ran over. It was like this crunch, like a. So it must have been her falling, or maybe like the hood of the car, but hit her. This is gonna be fucked up where I go to with this story. So like, she gets smoked. A little girl, little black girl, blah blah blah. And like I'm sitting there with my windows down. It's a summer day, like music's playing.
Did the cops see it?
Yeah. So hold on.
Oh, sorry, I'm ahead.
They don't see it. Everyone starts screaming like, "Oh fuck!" They're like, "Fuck!" And luckily there's people walking on the street. It's a city. There's people everywhere.
Right.
So they just jump in the middle of the street like, "Yo!" And it's so funny how your presence of mind just goes to different places. So I'm like, all right, the cops are right to the right of me. This chick just got smoked. First of all, my jaw's on my fucking in the middle of my chest. I'm like. Like this close to me. Like where my car is right now, she got hit. Like she's close to me. It's another lane. And I was like, oh shit. And all of a sudden, like I was thinking like, oh, well, the cops are to the left of me. So I look to the left. They push off this dude and leave him. And the cops start running. And I just know that the cops are running to her. So I stay focused on the guy that they were patting down. And that motherfucker's looking around and just takes off. He's like,
of course. And that's when you got out of the car and you're like, I got him, cops.
Well,
and
he's
took off after him.
So, like, anyway, the light turns green. The cops go running. But luckily, it's the city of Philadelphia. Like, there's cops around a lot in the city. I mean, it's not the nicest place. So, like, all of a sudden I hear, like, I'm about to sneeze. Hold on.
My God. Pause it. There. My goodness.
Thank you. So, cop cars are just... Fuck.
Jesus Christ.
So cop cars start chasing that Prius like really fast. Like one dude hops in his car, starts chasing the Prius. The other cop, because there's two cops, the other one goes to the girl, and there's like a couple Samaritans and shit. This is fucked up to say too. She was wearing her dress. Her titties are out. So I was like, obviously I'm focusing on that too. I'm like, oh shit. I'm wondering if
obviously.
I'm sitting there. I'm like, no, and trust me, this is all in like the matter of seconds. So the dude to the right of me takes off. He was getting patted down. One cop jumps in a cop car. He takes off here to the car, and another dude. The other cop and, like, I don't know, 2 or 3 people are sitting there with this chick. But I sit looking at this chick, and she's stiff as a board. Like, she just got fucking, obviously, she just got crushed. Yeah. Stiff as a board. Her toes are all curled back, but her tits are out. I'm like, oh, shit.
Somebody cover up her tits.
But they're sitting there, like, the cop doesn't even do it. He doesn't think twice about it that her tits are out.
Right.
Like, he's, like, sitting there, like,
trying to make sure that she's not dead.
But then, like, finally, like, somebody, like, pulls up her dress and covers her tits. I'm like, okay, that's something you're supposed to do. Like,
right.
Because like
it doesn't say that in the manual.
Like, I'm sitting there. I'm like, oh, she's fucked up. But like, I'm looking at her tits, saying like, oh, she's fucked up.
And her tits are out.
And her tits are out. But it's like, I wasn't looking at her tits like attractive. I was sitting there like, oh shit, like she got hit that hard. Like
I think
she's out of her fucking.
It's probably
dress.
the first thing anybody would notice. Like,
but I'm like, she almost got like literally knocked out of her dress. Yeah. Like I was like, that's holy shit. So I don't know. Well, anyway, I pulled over because I didn't know what to do. So like, I kind of pull over and I get out of my car and I'm like in the middle of the street about to walk to where the chick got hit. But I'm sitting there, I'm like, the fuck am I gonna do?
Right.
There's already a cop there,
and they reported it on their.
There's already a cop there, and then I'm sitting there like, and I turn around and I look. I'm like halfway in between her and my car, and I'm sitting, I'm in the middle. I'm like, what do I do? It's not like I'm in the middle of the street and people are honking at me, but I'm just like,
I got a hair appointment.
No, my haircut was already cut, and I'm sitting there,
okay.
I'm like, somebody's gonna jump in my car and steal it.
It's gonna be that guy. He's gonna come right back.
I left my windows down and I'm sitting there. I'm just like, what am I doing? I'm like, this chick. I mean, the cop's there. What else am I gonna do? I'm just like, someone's gonna steal my car because it's not the nicest neighborhood. We're under there. Like, obviously somebody just got ran over and just kept going. I'm sitting there like, all of a sudden I got back in my car. I was like, fucking, I'm out of here. What am I gonna do? And I drove away and I just called you outside. I just seen somebody get ran over so hard that her tits popped out. A guy took off running. My car almost got stolen, which it didn't. I just threw that part in, but it could have.
Right.
It could have.
Yeah. And she was like, "Shut the fuck up."
She's like, "What?" I'm just like, it's hard to explain this story with enough. Like, it's hard to describe something that was so crazy to see. It's not going to be. Like, I'm not doing it any justice just repeating.
Right.
Well,
so
and
you told her to wait till episode 42 of our podcast that hasn't even been developed yet.
He knew he was going to talk about it tonight.
In a couple years, we're going to make a podcast and we're going to talk about it.
But it sounds like all that happened over like a ton of amount of time. But you said like a matter of seconds. So all that happened, like that's just
seconds tops.
That's crazy. All that to take in that little bit of time.
Right.
This dude's getting patted down. I'm at a red light. This girl comes off the train, gets smoked by a car. I look to the left. Her tits flop out. I look to the right. This dude takes off with a fucking bag of whatever was in him. It could have been stolen goods. He just got away with it that day. And I'm just looking around. I'm just like, I get out of my car. I'm like, my car's gonna get stolen. Get back in my car. I'm driving, and all of a sudden I'm home in 10 minutes from. I was like, I'm 10 minutes away from somebody who just died by getting hit by a car. But I'm just like, I'm home right now. Now what do? I guess I'm going to the gym. I don't like life's crazy.
Yeah,
it just
goes
on, and you're just like, I don't know.
I mean, you could have driven back and like investigated the scene, maybe helped the cop.
I agree.
If you need help with the chalk outline, I don't.
I got a guy who made a pretty good chalk outline of a lesser.
I know that was a long story and it was like weird, but it's just weird that like shit happens, man.
Because I was gonna tell another story, but it's nobody like almost died in it, so I feel like it's not even appropriate to tell right now.
I googled the next day and shit. Like, I looked up on the internet. I was like, I wonder if, like... I Googled the street I was on. It was, like, whatever the fucking street was. Right in front of a Church's Chicken. And I was just like, oh, I wonder if... let me look up. Like, I
somebody died there.
The septic station thing. Whatever. I was like, oh, let me see if, like, they have it in the news that, like, if she survived or not. And I didn't see anybody died. So I'm like, oh, I'm assuming she's survived. I mean, they would have put, like, good. Hit and run at so-and-so station. So I guess she lived.
Right. Well, that's good at least. So, like I said, I had a story, but I don't feel like it's appropriate. Maybe for another time.
Okay.
But so do you want to get in the top 5 then?
You have anything else to say, Zave? What do you got to say?
I think I'm good. I think we covered a lot. Unless you guys,
he's just fucking hanging out, dude. Shut up.
We'll save the rest for next time you come on.
All right.
There you go.
When the next time Zave comes on, he's gonna have 5 employees. He's like, all right, I only got an hour. I'm on a time restriction here. Like.
I'm 2 years into this business, and I just made
then you guys
made my first million.
Then you really got to come to my shop to record.
There you go.
Table saws going in the background.
He'll be sponsoring us by then.
There you go.
Thumbs getting cut off.
Yeah.
I'm in.
He'll have 8 fingers by then, sponsoring us. All right, let's do our... anybody have to go to the bathroom or anything real quick before we start the top 5? Welcome to the Garage with Evan and friends. Follow us on Podcast Garage on Instagram. Get us on all your podcast medias. Check us out on YouTube. Working hard on YouTube. Videos are up. Hey, guys, the videos are up. Watch them.
Or don't.
Watch our expressions. Watch me piss in the corner. Watch my face when I fart mid-episode. To my left, head's not as shiny, I don't think, but Mr. Ryan Rickus.
What's up?
Across from us, the 9-figure bandit, Mr. Wood himself. No Viagra needed. Mr. Wood himself, Zave Perkins.
What's going on, guys?
So we're back right now with the top 5.
Well, before we get in the top 5, let's just give one more shout out to the Bend to the Shore.
Oh yeah, absolutely good.
Just a reminder, guys, we are doing the Bend to the Shore, which is the bike race from the Ben Franklin Bridge in Philadelphia to Atlantic City, 65 miles, and it raises money for families behind the badge. Behind. So for families of first responders and stuff. You can find that
in our link on our Instagram.
To donate to it. So get to our link, donate to it. It's a good cause. It's going to be a lot of fun.
We're doing it for them. It's a great cause. We're going to torture our assholes because that's going to be a long bike ride. And my butt's not ready for it.
Yeah.
As gay as I get on the weekends, my butt's not ready for it.
All right, so now top 5.
Our top... Oh, shit. Our top 5 this week, Zave, is top 5. Did we say, like, most annoying or just, like... Yeah, I guess, right?
Yeah, annoying daily tasks.
Top 5 most annoying daily tasks, and that could be just like daily task as a homeowner, as a whatever, if it has something to do with your job, just top 5 daily tasks that...
Mine aren't really daily, to be honest with you. They're a little bit longer than daily, but...
That's all right, yeah.
Whatever. It's something that you do, all right, at least a couple days a week, you're just like, I don't feel like fucking doing this.
Right.
Top 5 annoying tasks. Save Perkins. Zavemade. You're up first. You're number 5.
Start us off.
My number 5?
Yes.
Count her down.
It's got to be
Go ahead.
doing dishes.
Beautiful.
I don't do it often because usually my wife does it, but...
shout out to your wife, then.
I know, thank God, right? Occasionally, I have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, our dishwasher's broken. She's been begging me to fix it for, like, weeks.
I'm busy making wood.
I'm like, yeah, I got shit going on. So,
what are you doing?
Yeah. So I'm like, I'll get to it when I get to it. So right now we're kind of doing dishes by hand, which sucks.
That's terrible.
Yeah, that's probably my number 5 for me because I don't do it every single day. But when I do, it sucks.
Let me jump you because
Go
my
ahead.
number 5 is dishes.
Yep.
We don't have we do have a dishwasher and it's also not hooked up. We've been in this home for 2 years and we haven't even made an attempt to hook it up. Dishes are...
The podcast studio came first, so that was...
But of course.
Yeah. Obviously.
It's just like, we'll have a standoff because, like, if I cook, Chelsea, you clean. Chelsea, when you cook, I'll clean. But, like, sometimes, like, we don't have dinner every night. Like, you have, like, leftovers or something people are eating different times. And, like, all of a sudden you look at the sink and you're like, whoa. Like, we just have a stand. Know what else sucks, too? We don't have a garbage disposal.
Like, there's not even room to, like, put anything in. That's the worst.
Not having a garbage disposal?
No, when there's, like, not any room to put anything in, it's like, all right, I guess we got to do dishes.
Sometimes I've been known to throw dishes out.
I've been known.
I've been known to throw dishes out.
You don't have a garbage disposal?
Nah.
Like, how do you even operate a kitchen?
I take all the leftover slop and I chew it up and spit it down the drain.
He composts it. He composts it. He has a bin out back and he spreads it around.
I take my adult diapers and I put all the leftover food in it and it just disappears into the yard.
So, like, you can't rinse off a plate, like, with shit still on it, obviously.
Yeah,
obviously
I just jam it down the tube.
Great for your plumbing.
I was going to say, isn't that going to clog up your shit?
Probably.
Is that why your bathroom ceiling's all cut open? Were you trying to get to some of the pipes to...
No, that ceiling is cut open because our rehearsal dinner, Chelsea was so fucked up one night that she left our kitchen sink on with the dishes in the sink and the hole was blocked. So the sink started overflowing, leaking underneath the sink, down the wall. I wake up, there's throw up in our bathroom sink. Lana shit in the guest bedroom.
Oh my
There was
God.
shit in the bed. There was a pile of shit in the guest bedroom. I was like, There was throw up in the master bathroom sink. I was like, And I just heard water running in the background. I was like, what the fuck? Kitchen's overflowing. Water's everywhere. I go downstairs and the fucking ceiling's hanging. That's what happened.
And
2 days before we got married.
But it all comes back to doing dishes.
Yes, sir. That's exactly what I was just going to say.
If that sink wasn't full of dishes, maybe it would have drained.
And that was Chelsea's fault.
But it might not have drained because there was also corn and beans in the bottom of the pipe.
Everything is I'll throw Drano down there. I'll piss in it sometimes.
I'll piss anywhere.
I don't care.
Ain't gonna stop me.
My number 5 is dishes.
What's my number 5? My number 5 is something that you guys don't have to deal with. You outdoor cats.
Sure.
Ironing shirts.
Ooh.
So I got stuff going on during the week. Namely this podcast and some other stuff.
Yeah.
But I can't always iron shirts at night for the next day.
Right,
a lot of
you're
times
a shirt and tie type of guy with the
right,
yeah.
not tie, but shirts, button-down shirt. You know what I mean?
I never even thought of that. You're right. Yeah.
So I have to iron shirts at the beginning of the week. Get a couple of them done, hang them up. It sucks.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't really it's not hugely terrible,
but
it's just annoying. Yeah, it's fucking annoying. It's not hard to iron a shirt. It don't take long, but it's just fucking annoying. And until we get this laundry room set up, I'm ironing shirts in my my dining room essentially. So I get to watch a little bit of TV, so that's part of what we're gonna put in the laundry room when we build it. But
I think that was during commercial break. Ryan's getting his laundry room redone at the moment.
Yeah, true.
I don't think anybody knows what the fuck you're talking about.
we did. What laundry room
so.
are we talking about? But just having to do it, or oh shit, I forgot to do it. Now I'm gonna wake up early and do one for today, and then I gotta do a couple tonight, or I got to plan ahead around ironing shirts.
Or the worst is like if you have none that are ironed or like really clean, you're like, all right, let me see which one's like good enough to wear.
Right. Or can I wear what kind of sweater can I wear today? Or can I pull off a polo? What's the temperature today?
Yep.
Oh, it's gonna be 58. Polo and a heavy jacket. Fuck it, whatever. You know what I mean?
Or call out of work.
Right. Fuck it.
I got no clean clothes.
I'm gonna take a day here, boss. I don't have any fucking
clothes. I gotta
clothes.
go to dry cleaner.
Yeah, so it's just like I said, it's not hard. It don't take long. It's just fucking annoying that I got to do it.
Yep.
Number 4 is Zave.
Number 4 is for me, it's filling up with gas in my truck, and it's not.
Jesus, Zave.
It's not because it's expensive.
My number 4 is gas.
Nuh-uh.
Get the fuck out of here.
See,
right,
he
so
steals people's stuff.
It's not because
he couldn't steal iron shirts because he doesn't have to use them.
Everybody would know I'd be lying there.
It's not because it's expensive. I don't mind. I mean, obviously, I hate spending money, but like whatever. I need gas to get places, so whatever. It's fine. It's just like I hate the inconvenience of it because I never fill up like when I should.
Right.
And I'm always like going somewhere that requires like more than like a 5-minute drive, and I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta fill up with gas. And I always
when you have to do that, you're always late for it too,
Yeah,
and you're like, fuck.
Because I forgot I had to do it, so
Right.
I always like try to stretch it out. I'm like, all right, well maybe if I can make it to like this exit, I'll just pull over here, get some gas.
Right.
So, like,
I'll just throw $10 in and see
Red
what
light.
happens.
That red light comes
yes.
on every single time.
Yes, so
It's not good for your car.
And because like for
And
me,
you have a truck, you said.
Yeah.
So
for me, like I'm always anxious to get somewhere, no matter even if it's like not something I necessarily want to do. I'm just always anxious to get there and just like
Right.
start like whatever like it is.
Yeah.
So like, all right, fuck, like now I gotta like halt like my ride there. I gotta waste time getting gas. So
That's what I'm saying. Not only that, it's a truck. It's a big tank.
It's like $60
You know what I mean?
to fill up. Yeah,
And
so.
it's I just went and got gas like Monday, and I filled up, and I was at Sam's Club, so you can pull around, and you don't know how many cars are waiting and how many pumps are going to be open until you kind of get there.
Mm-hmm.
And it looked like nobody was there, just the people at the pumps, and then you pull around, and there was like 4 cars waiting, and I was like, what the fuck? But then a couple cars left right away, so I got on pretty quick. But there was 3 compact cars, because there was 2 pumps on both sides. So there's 4 cars total they could take. 3 of them were compact cars, and then my Durango. And she started us all like at the same, like went to one starter, went to one starter, went to one starter.
Click, click, click. Whose car is it?
And all 3 of them were gone. And I was like halfway done. I was like, what size tanks do y'all got that, like, it's a Durango. It's not a...
Not everybody gets it filled up. Some people
truck.
are cheap as shit. They're like, oh, let me get $10.
True.
You're just like, fuck.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because I get mine for that's the number 4 reason I hate getting gas. One, it's just like it's always inconvenient, and I push it to the limit.
Yeah.
My light comes on all of a sudden. It's like 10 miles until I'm like, well.
She talks. They talks to you.
Well, I drive
10
2
miles.
miles.
I was
to
just gonna say,
work,
work's
so-
only 3 miles away, so I can do this for another 2 days if I just don't start my car in the morning. And all of a sudden you get to the thing, and you're just like, all right, there's like, oh, $60. You're just like, fuck you.
Yep.
Fuck you. That's a PlayStation game, pussy. Like, getting gas is my number 4. It's just because you need it. There's no way around it.
Yep.
You're spending that money. There's nothing you can do.
And especially now that it's getting into summer, you got to get gas for your fucking lawnmower and shit too. Like,
Oh God.
I gotta fill up the container.
Yeah.
You guys know what I'm talking about.
I know what
Yeah.
you're talking about.
Yeah.
And
Evan fills up mowers all day long.
That's all I do, baby.
smooth transition here because my number 4 is cutting my lawn.
Wimp.
Because, what? Oh, you're a tough guy because you can cut your lawn fast.
Yeah.
No, he does it all day at work. He makes Chelsea do it when she gets home.
There you go.
I'm just pissed now that she's pregnant. I gotta do it.
You got to get back to it. No, but the reason I hate it is because you obviously don't have to do it all winter. So you get into that mode of not having to do it on a
Yep.
Saturday or a Sunday like that. And then now I got to cut my lawn again. So, where am I going to even fit that into my schedule? Where am I going to fit that hour into my schedule?
Or like the first time you go to do it for the season and your mower like doesn't start because you forgot to put like the shit.
Well,
in the
I gotta
gas.
Google what does black smoke mean.
Right, I had the white smoke in the fucking thing.
He brought over my blower. He had my blower for like way too long, 8.5
Way
months.
too long.
He's like, dude, I'll buy you a new one. I don't know what's going on. He started it, and there was all this white smoke coming out. I was like, relax there, house cat.
Side note, I've been in my house 6 years. The lawnmower came with it. It was just left in the garage. So I'm like,
Nice.
all right, sweet. I don't have to buy a lawnmower. Perfect. It's like a shitty like push behind weed eater brand. I didn't even know it was a brand for a mower. And
Fuck it.
I've never once changed the oil or added oil for that.
Shit, I never sharpened the blade. I never filled it up with gas.
I haven't. I've never put it. Never once.
I did one thing.
And
put gas into it.
It
That's
still starts almost every time.
Almost every time. Sometimes I just got to give it 24 hours, and then I come back to it, and then it does it. But
Yep. Never once.
Push mowers can fucking, they can deal with a lot. Like Honda makes a lot of push mowers. Them fucking things start up every single time.
Yeah,
it's
no matter
unbelievable.
yeah, it's just the inconvenience of having to cut the lawn that you didn't have to do all winter because it's now we're back to having to cut your lawn, and you're like, oh fuck, I got to do it this
For
Saturday.
example, like it's not like, well, no, I really do like taking care of my lawn because like that's what I do. But like,
Right,
if we're cutting grass all day and I come home, I'm like, oh,
It's
fuck,
tough,
I gotta
yeah.
go. I'm just like, I really don't feel like
Yeah.
doing it. It just so happens I'm good at it, so like my lawn will look good no matter what. But I get home some days, I'm like, I just cut for 9 hours.
Yeah.
I don't
Right.
feel like cutting for another.
And you
Right.
can't really skip or like wait a couple
No, you
days
can't.
longer because then it looks like shit. People are like,
You
oh my
can't
god,
skip.
look at
No, the longer you wait, the worse it is to cut.
like oh my god, look at the podcast garage headquarters. Looks like shit over there. Come on. So
That's why we don't have any.
landscaper.
That's why we don't have any signs out front.
Yeah.
But that
No
and
wait
then-
zone.
But then you don't cut it. Let's say you were gonna cut it on Saturday, and you're like, fuck it, I ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna go out and do this, whatever. And then Sunday it rains, and then Monday you have something after work.
Well, it's
and then
still wet
Tues-
Monday, and then
And then
yeah.
and then Tuesday it rains
Yep.
again, and you're like, what the fuck? Like,
My
when
parents
am I
are
gonna
coming
cut
over
this?
for dinner Wednesday, and it looks like a fucking jungle out here.
and
Right.
you know they'll say something. Not
Right.
just your parents, any parents are
Any
like,
parents.
Gra-
Oh, I
grass
see your
lawn.
You,
what kind of lawnmower are you using? We paid a kid $20 down the street.
he didn't come.
Yeah.
He called out sick this week.
Oh, you have a tattoo. Do you not work?
Do you not work? Dave, number 3.
Number 3 for me is driving anywhere in New Jersey during rush hour. Or Philly, for that matter.
How about
Because
just
a lot of
rush
us
hour?
try to
Let's
Philly.
just go ahead and say rush hour.
Well, I mean, I don't know what it's like everywhere. I'd imagine
Washington, D.C. is the worst.
Oh
in the
yeah,
world.
terrible. But I imagine most places have somewhat of a rush hour, but there's probably some states that are like nothing compared to ours. It's like oh
Right.
my god, this rush hour sucks, and it took them an extra.
Yeah, I can imagine
2 seconds.
Idaho's rush hour is not too bad.
But yeah, but
I don't know.
it's just,
Boise's pretty
Boise
packed
gets
in there.
crazy.
It's
so.
just like terrible. Like obviously like, now it doesn't really matter because like I can like plan my day a little bit, so I can like maybe make it to the shop a little bit later and avoid some of the traffic on Route 130. But like when I used to drive to work every single day, it was terrible. Like Mount Laurel, 20 minutes away, took me 30, 35 minutes to get there.
Well, do you know
Longer
that-
coming
and I-
home.
How
It's
about when
just
you know
like,
the time in your head? So, like, you know it takes you to get to
Yeah.
work 35 to 40 minutes. It's a Friday. You're like, oh, my God, we're going to the shore tonight. Let me just get home. No.
terrible. Yep.
Donk.
Yep.
No, I'm in traffic. I got to go home, grab my bags, shower,
Mhm.
and I'm going to hit traffic. I'm not getting to Wildwood till like 9:30.
Right. And people in bigger cities are laughing at you right now.
Oh,
They're
I'm
like,
sure,
20
yeah.
minutes takes you 35. It takes me an hour and a fucking half, dude.
No, I mean, my commute was like nothing compared to some people's, but it's just,
Right.
I mean,
Fuck other people.
but no,
I'm not saying-
not even my commute. Just drive,
Fuck 'em.
just driving anywhere
you're
in the
living
area,
perfect.
driving anywhere in the area around rush hour commute times. It's just terrible. Like it's
Yeah.
just super congested.
And not only that, like I would much rather, like if let's say it normally takes you 20 minutes if you went to your work right now, but in rush hour it takes you 35.
Yeah.
But you can go this other way and not hit any traffic, and it'll take you 45. I'm gonna go that other way.
yeah.
It takes me 10 minutes longer,
True.
but I just can't stand not moving on a highway.
I used to drive
Yeah.
a back way into work, like when I worked for somebody, and it was
All
nowhere
them
near
years ago?
Yeah, all the months ago. It's,
All them days,
But,
hours
When
ago.
I was that peasant. Now I'm my own boss.
but like literally, it was nowhere near
You
my
set your own
house.
hours.
This back way was nowhere near my house, but I still went that way.
Hey,
And
Zave, you're your own boss. How about you stop hitting fucking traffic, huh? How about you go to work when fucking rush hour's done, you idiot?
I'm talking about the past tense here, Adam. Past tense. But
Look at an idiot still waking up and hitting traffic and works for himself.
There's still traffic. It's 8:30.
I gotta start coming in at fucking 10. This 8:30 commute's killing me.
terrible. But
I'll wake up and play some golf first.
Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah, traffic just sucks in general.
Traffic.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I'll go a long way to avoid the traffic, even though it takes me longer.
Yeah,
So
my
you were
way
saying
was
you were
my
going the
way
back
was
way.
longer. It was out of my way, but it was just it took about the same amount of time as if I dealt with the traffic. But it was like a more pleasant drive, I guess. Like, I was
Exactly.
on the back roads, wasn't dealing with the highway bullshit.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
So yeah.
I'm with you. My number 3 is we go grocery shopping on Sundays,
Jesus.
and we
The
plan
worst.
out
The
with
worst.
meal prep and plan out dinners and lunches. Grocery shopping ain't the end of the world, although Kate might disagree with me.
I agree with her.
She
But
loves
on a Sunday,
no,
it
she
sucks.
She loves it, and she's gonna say that I hate it. I don't really hate it. It's just what comes after it. Now on a Sunday night, I got to cook a bunch of food for lunches, which I kind of stopped doing. She still does like lunch meal prep, but we plan all of the.
You just
dinners
switched to a
and stuff,
bologna and
too.
cheese guy.
I'm like, I just can't fucking do it anymore. Like, it's the after. Not only Sunday night are we food shopping,
Too much work.
but then I got to come home and I got to cook meals for 5 days for my 5 lunches. Like, I don't fucking feel like doing it.
Sure.
I'm not doing it.
I like just trying to plan some leftovers. Like, make a big enough dinner, you get some leftovers, you're good
So
for a day or
that's
two.
what I do now. She still does her lunches because
Okay.
I can come home from work. I work 4 minutes away from my house, so I can come home and heat up whatever we had the night before or make something else or whatever. But she has to still make it. But that's why I stopped it because I just couldn't do it. I was like, this is fucking stupid.
Okay.
You don't have anything else to say about that?
No.
Okay.
My number 3. Now this could have went with gas, but gas is like it's a necessity. My number 3 is like it's an oil change, but I guess it's going to be like just car maintenance because it always comes at the most inconvenient fucking time. So an oil change, all of a sudden you're just like, all right. A lot of the time I have to leave my car there. Like I don't go to like fucking whatever the Firestone.
Lube, yeah.
And they're like, oh, just sit there and eat the munchkins in the waiting room. No. So, like, I got to get a fucking ride to work, or I got to, like, get a spare car and take it to work.
And then
or,
you're that loser. Like, oh,
Yeah.
can you pick me up on your way to work?
Yo, can you pick me up to your way to work? Or I'm
No.
like, Chelsea, what
No
day?
is the answer.
Chelsea, what day are you not working that I can take your car
Yeah.
to this?
Yeah,
and, like,
yeah.
it's
And
just
she
an oil
can't go anywhere, and she's like,
just
what the
an oil
fuck?
change is it's so inconvenient. And it's just, and I say oil change, but like anything that
Anything,
go to
yeah,
your
yeah.
car, like I need new tires so fucking bad, and I just will not spend.
Wait till winter. You're
I
fine.
will not
Yeah.
spend the $700 to get like the new tires and shit or whatever. It's just, but like car maintenance is just, and I don't mean washing. Like I like get my car washed; it's real nice. But find a good day to get your car washed.
Yeah.
It's impossible. Right now it's pollen. I come out,
Yeah.
my car
even-
looks
it's
like
not
it's
even worth
growing
it.
moss.
Wait till it rains. You get a little wash here
But
and
that's
there.
the thing.
and
So
then-
it's like, all right, let me get my car washed on Monday, and all of a sudden it's raining Wednesday. But then like it's
Yeah.
like what the fuck?
Well, piggyback on that, when I was before I quit my job, they actually had this perk that you could bring your car in on certain days. You pre-sign up for this service, bring your car in, park in the parking lot, leave your keys at the front desk, and the
They
service
wash it for you.
No, not just wash it.
They fucking it.
The shops because they
Dirty
were
Mike and the boys.
they were an they were the automobile business, like car business. So they would send in one of their the driver,
One of
that
their
would-
scumbags to go nut in your
They-
glove box.
no, they would send in a driver. They would pick up your car,
Who was high as fuck.
drive it probably, which is fine. Drive it to the shop, do whatever service you get done, tires, oil, motor replacement, whatever.
That's fucking awesome.
Drop it back off. Your car's there at 5 o'clock and ready to leave.
That's awesome.
That's fucking
I
awesome.
I will miss that, but I won't miss being.
Your dad's not going to do that for you at Haynes?
Probably not. I can at
Take
least
your car.
I can at least like get him to pick me up on the way.
There we go.
Like,
Dad, I'm going to need a ride to work. Dad, I'm going to be a little late today. Can you
Yeah.
pick me up?
I know we don't work together, but I'm kind of there every day.
Does
renting
he ever
stuff.
bang on your door and be like, yo, we need you for a sec?
Oh yeah, all the time. Which that was part of it.
That's
Because like
I was gonna say
that
that's
was
probably
part of
why
it.
he
Because I'm
wanted
like
to do it.
I'm like getting like a really good deal on rent right now.
Uh-huh.
It's really good. And
He's renting a bay that's 3 times the size of this garage, just so everybody knows.
and it's still not big enough. I mean, like what the
Oh
fuck?
my god, I got all this wood.
But,
What am I gonna do?
But no, that was part of it. Like I'm like, hey, like I'll be here. Like if like
Right.
I don't have hours, so if you need like a little bit of help here and there, I can help you. And same with me. Like I don't necessarily need a person, but like I need help moving a table here and there. So like,
Right.
so, yeah, but
also,
anyway.
Dad, I don't work for you.
Yeah.
But knock
So
2
don't-
times and
so don't-
ring the doorbell before you come
Yeah.
in.
So don't be like, can you do this and then
Yeah.
this and then
Yeah.
this and then this and then this. I got my own shit to do, Dad.
Yeah. I'm not going
One
to
thing.
most deliveries right now. That's
One
for sure.
thing I can do for you,
Yeah.
and then I'm going back to
Yep.
work.
Yep.
Where we at?
What are we at?
Zave
what
2?
Number 2. It's a big one.
Uh-oh.
Taking the shit.
Oh.
Taking a shit. Super inconvenient because although we all have to do it because it's just a bodily function.
Sure.
Again, like kind of with other stuff, it never comes to a convenient time. Like it's never like, oh, 2 o'clock, time
I'll
to
tell you
shit.
what, oh, hey,
Time to
wait.
shit.
You'll panic yourself the fuck. You'll have it's stressful
Yeah,
sometimes, dude.
yeah. And it's like,
It's stressful.
Where can I
as fuck.
shit? Where can I
yeah.
shit?
And it's not like just like taking a piss, like you're done. Like it's a lot of work. You gotta sit there and let it all come out. You gotta wipe. It's like, fuck. I got all this time I just wasted.
God
And-
forbid you bring your phone in. What you do? You just wasted
Oh, you
another
for-
10 minutes.
God forbid you forget to bring your phone.
That's
You're
the
like,
worst. That's the worst.
What am I
That's the
going to
worst.
do?
That's the
I'm
absolute
lost.
worst.
Where am I?
Yeah. Is there a magazine around?
You start staring
Like,
at your
oh.
dick. You're like, was that always there?
Like, oh, I gotta repaint up there. I
Yeah,
guess.
there's a lot of staples.
Yeah. This is gonna take a while.
Yeah. But yeah, and yeah, that's like terrible. Like with like technology is like
You're so
back
used
in
to
the
it.
day, you used to be able to take a shit, you're done. Like now, it's like you're in there for like 15 minutes scrolling through Instagram, or Facebook.
Like read a Farmer's Almanac and then.
It's like
It's like your legs are. You can't feel your legs anymore.
But I
You're
guess-
like,
I
Is there
guess-
anything
shit,
worse when you take a shit and you're on the toilet for like 15 minutes and you're gonna stand up? You feel like Forrest Gump.
You
You're like, fuck.
you totally forgot you were shitting. You're like, was I doing
Your
something?
legs
in
are all
here?"
red. You can't walk and shit. You're like, Lieutenant Dan.
the worst. Yeah, number 2. You know why not?
Number 2, taking a number 2.
Number
There
2.
you go.
Yes.
Lines up perfectly.
I shouldn't have even said what my number 2 was. I should have just been like, yeah, you just what's your number 2?
It's my
That's
colleague
that's
number
it.
2.
Number 2. My number 2 is not so much the laundry, but having to fold it afterwards.
Oh, good God. Good God.
Like
Kill
I
me.
can, I'll change it. I'll move the stuff in the washer or dryer, no problem. I'll take the stuff down. I'll separate it. I'll take the stuff down, put it in the washer. But when you have to take the stuff out of the dryer and bring it back up, it don't take long. Just fucking do it. Shut up. Stop being a little bitch.
Sure.
But it's just,
It's the worst.
So
You stole my
grab
number
it.
1. That's my number 1.
is it?
I hate it. I don't mind
tell me
doing
about
anything
it.
else, but
Yeah.
like folding it, fucking hate it.
I can chime in too. It's not on my list because I don't fold clothes. I
Yeah.
made it very clear to Chelsea. I do not fold clothes. I do the wash
From the
and
start of this relationship. The
I
first time
do
we
the
went
wash
out.
and I do the laundry. I put it in huge baskets. I bring it upstairs and I dump it on the fucking bed. You figure it out.
Well, that's what happens with us. Is so like I'll do laundry. We do it like separately. We don't do any of that mixing shit. And, like some people like just throw all their clothes together. I'm like, fuck, I'm doing my wash. That way I don't have to sort through all your other shit.
Oh, selfish.
So,
okay.
I
get it.
do all of it.
Oh,
Selfish.
okay.
I'll pick up a shirt and there'll be like 13 thongs wrapped around like a fucking shirt. Like I gotta like sometimes I gotta cut her fucking underwear in half just to get my shirt out. I'm like, I need this shirt for work tomorrow. Fuck your underwear. It's all wrapped
But,
up and shit.
So like yeah, same thing. Like I just dump it on the bed. I'm like, all right, I'll do this before bed. No, I fall asleep on the couch. I don't want to fold laundry when I go to bed, so I just throw it on the ground and it stays there for 2 weeks till I do laundry.
Yep.
again.
Yep. And that's the start of your
Yeah.
pile for the
Oh.
next thing of laundry.
God, terrible.
Yeah, just like I said, just the folding. The wash
Everything
ain't
else
hard.
is fine. It's fine. Yeah.
It's just the folding to have to take his shirt out and it's inside out, so you have to fix that, and then shake it out because the corners are
Dude,
are
there's
folded
this-
down, and then you fold it, and then you reach in. It's another fucking inside out shirt. God,
Or an inside
fucking
out sock.
shirt.
Inside out sock is the worst.
Well, but yeah,
Yeah.
because I take my socks off. I don't undo them. after I take them off. And I cut grass, so all my socks are covered in grass.
So Evan washes his socks and they're still full of grass. Like
Exactly.
it's like,
Yo, so you
grass
undo
going-
them, and it's like all this dried up grass, and it's all in the dry. Chelsea's like, "What the fuck? There's grass all over every fucking thing." That's the only thing. I do keep my work clothes separate. I have a separate hamper.
I used to do that when I worked for my parents because it was
Yeah.
like garden center, getting
Yeah.
dirt and mulch.
That's what I'm
and
saying. I do. Keep,
I always kept
yeah,
that separate.
I keep my work clothes separate. I do that because
but people,
there's grass, grease, all types of
but
shit.
people
like,
say
that's
to me,
separate.
they're like, "It's washed. It's going in the wash
No,
to get
no.
clean." I'm like, "No,
I don't need.
That's not how it works.
I don't
yeah.
need grass with me and Chelsea's underwear, and then I got fucking
Yeah.
my butt's growing.
Well, her
fucking
half
weeds.
underwear that you already
Yeah,
cut
yeah.
up because
My
your shirt
butt's
was
got
past it.
weeds and shit.
Yeah, but so hopefully back to the laundry room, that will it will help.
Yes.
It's right there. Just fucking do it.
Right. Put some shelves in there, a little more
Exactly.
organized.
Exactly. Because I also
At least you have a place to
do,
leave a pile of clothes so you don't have to pull it in the house.
Right.
Fuck it. It's in the
I'll also-
laundry room somewhere.
I'll also forget to do the fucking laundry. We'll start it on like a weekend or something like that.
Switching it, you mean?
And you do a couple loads, and then one's just sitting in the dryer for like 3 days,
And
you're like,
smells
"Oh
like-
fuck, we forgot that load in the dryer."
And you go in there, you're like, all right, maybe we can just put it in the dryer. It's like, no.
Yeah,
You got to rewash that shit because it's bad.
or you
if you leave it sitting in the
dry-
washer, I mean. If you leave it in the washer, terrible.
you leave it in the dryer, and you go back down,
I'll
and
leave it
you're
in the
like,
washer. Good God.
and you're like, "Oh, let me just put it on like a quick spin to like
I
get
will-
all the wrinkles out," and then you forget it again.
Yep.
So
I've
And then you
definitely
just
won-
wasted it.
But then you go to put the wash from the washer in the dryer, and there's shit there. It's like, oh, what the fuck?
yeah,
I just wanted to put
Where's
this
all
in
the
here and be done.
baskets?
yeah.
I've definitely worn moldy shirts from that. Like, mold spores. All right, my number 2.
Yep.
This one's kind of aggressive, and not in like a bad way. It's just like pretty broad. As a homeowner, like cleaning the inside of your house, there's so much to clean.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Dusting.
Well, not only
Dust come. My ceiling fans, like, you think you do it often, and all of a sudden, like, my ceiling fan, like, it just runs.
Yeah.
Like, you just keep it on, you let the air circulate. You'll turn it off, and it's thick
Oh, yeah.
of dust. You're like,
Crazy.
who am I? Like, am I some type of animal from, like, the fucking, the hoarder shows and shit? But, like, you gotta, like, vacuum twice a week.
Yep.
Like, I vacuum this fucking podcast rug. I go in, the bathrooms get so gross.
Yep.
Dick hairs.
so quickly too.
Ass
So
hairs.
quickly.
The shower is impossible to clean.
Yeah.
Your shower? Like, we're dirty. That's where all the dirt goes. But, like, I look at it, I'm like, did somebody get stabbed? Is there, like, shit
and that's
all
all
over
I
the
look
walls?
at. That's all I look at when I'm in the shower, and I'm like, "Fuck yeah, that's dirty shit. Oh, you gotta fucking clean that." Like,
And then the
know
girl
what I mean?
washes her hair once. So
Hair
then the drain,
everywhere.
Oh, God.
then the drain's clogged.
Yeah.
So like the dirty water sits there, and I gotta either fucking plunge it or hit it, or I'm like, I don't feel like doing it right now. I don't feel like doing it. So you sit in a puddle of water like up to your ankle.
It's so awkward. It's so awkward too. Like
So you're sitting there.
am I getting a bath or a shower? What's
But
going
like,
on?
so you're sitting there in a shower, and the water's up to your fucking ankles because it won't drain. And then I pissed in the shower first thing. I got into the shower first thing, and I'm sitting in fucking piss water. I washed my ass. There's all this fucking gook at the bottom, and I'm like, I don't feel like plunging this or cleaning this. Dude, and then you get out of the shower, and it's just fucking drain. And then you just see like all these brown spots. You're like, dude, I gotta clean this. But it's like, how did my mom fucking do this for all these years? There was fucking 4 fucking kids running around. I'm pretty sure I shat in the shower as a
regular
child,
basis.
as a child, and I smushed it up with my feet and just put it down the fucking drain. Just smushed it in between my toes and then put it between the drain. Anyway, number 2, I guess. Well,
Yeah, and-
no, there's
and-
plenty that
and not
goes
to
into
mention-
cleaning a house. Cleaning the kitchen,
Well, that's what's
cooking the fucking stove.
Oh, it's a mess all the
It's a
time.
mess. God forbid you use olive oil or cook a burger.
Above it, we have a microwave above our stove, which is the vent.
Microwave's disgusting.
It's so gross underneath.
That's what I'm saying. So like,
so gross.
so gross.
Disgusting.
But I'm saying like during the winter, you're not using the grill. Now there's finally,
Yeah.
It's nice how I can
we
use
just
the grill.
opened it up yesterday.
We
did
got the
our
flat.
first
Yeah, we
cookout.
used the griddles. We
First
used the grill.
cookout.
I grilled for the first time this season, Monday, I think.
Yeah,
or
mine was Tuesday. Mine was the first
And
day. Too.
I was like talking to Jess. I'm like, why did we not grill at all last season? Like we grilled like once. I'm like, this is so easy. Like there's nothing to like, really clean up. Like it's all outside.
All right.
I'm grilling every day.
I love grilling because
Well, back
me
to,
and Ra
hold on, back
used
to,
the. God,
well, back to cleaning up.
sure.
You also have a dog, and like I have a dog, so
Oh, they eat everything
you
on
see
the ground.
no,
I
no,
have I have
you see
two.
you see
It's
dog
terrible.
hair all over the place, and you're like, I just vacuumed like 2 days ago.
It's
Yep,
crazy
yep.
how much like you learn to live with.
Yep.
It's actually kind of embarrassing sometimes.
Yeah, it is definitely embarrassing.
'Cause,
And
like, I'll
somebody
use my
shows
broom-
up unannounced, and you're like, oh fuck, don't
Like, you'll
do me a
sweep-
favor,
It's the
stay
worst.
outside.
That is the
Just
worst.
stay outside.
Sweep.
'cause-
It looks like everybody shaved their pubes from the class of '79 and just left it in the middle of my floor. Like it's bad, and like, or like somebody like will sit on the couch and like all of a sudden they'll have hair on like their pant leg. You're just like, God fucking damn it, Evan.
right, and you're like, I just fucking did that.
Yeah.
I just fucking
And
cleaned
then you
that.
gotta be like, oh, like sorry about the hair. And they're like,
Yeah.
no, it's fine.
Yeah.
But like
It
really,
is
but really,
not,
there's like
yeah,
you dirty fuck. Like
Yeah.
I hate dogs. You're just like, God damn it.
Yep.
What was that, number 2? Are we
Yeah.
on number 1? Did you do your number 1?
My
Where are we
number
at?
one.
No, that was
my
my
number
num-
one was folding laundry. So.
Oh, okay, that's right. Well, my number 1 was dishes
Okay.
/ kitchen slash
Well, kitchen
cleanup.
cleaning. Like I said, like all when. God, it's your one.
Yeah, so
It's your number 1.
so the way we have it worked out is whoever cooks doesn't clean the dishes. So when we first moved in, Kate was getting home a lot later than me, and it was really like the first one home just starts cooking.
Yeah.
And then since I'm already cooking, like, let me just finish cooking, and then let's eat, and then you can do the dishes. No big deal, right? Then she started getting home before me, so then she started cooking. Fine, she's cooking, I'll do the dishes. But the dishes suck, man.
Yep.
They fucking suck, and I didn't want to say too much when you guys got into it. They'll start to pile up.
Know what sucks about the
and you're
dishes?
like, what the? Everything?
The forks, the spoons, and the knives.
Yeah.
I'll wash all the plates. I'll do the fucking pots.
Right.
Well, first of all, my sink's not that big, so that drives me nuts. Not that much can fit in it. So, like, if you're trying to wash
Yeah, it's
something,
annoying.
you're wetting it, and water's fucking splashing all over me
Yeah.
and shit, and there's like...
Worse when you grab a spoon and it's like facing up and like this water hits and it just sprays
Sprays
everywhere.
Dude, but it's like something like so like you're just like I gotta soak it. Like that's what would be my excuse sometimes. I'm like, nah, I gotta soak this pot.
Well,
I just don't feel like doing it.
Well, 'cause
I gotta soak it. I don't know.
and that's part of the-
something I heard my mom say. I don't know.
That's part of the problem sometimes when you make something that dirties the fuck out of a pan or a pot, and then you leave it there, and then you go eat, and then you forget about it for a minute, and then you come back and it's crusted on. You're like, fuck, dude.
Yep.
It's because now I have to get this pot out of the way while I clean everything else so that this pot can sit by itself, and it's just a fucking hassle.
I mean,
And
these
then-
are first world problems, but
Yeah,
it's our
of
podcast.
course.
We'll talk about
Yeah.
whatever the fuck we
Yeah.
want.
But then not only that, you got to clean like the surfaces around it.
Sure.
So if we were cooking on the stove and shit splashed on the stove, I can't just clean the dishes.
Well, that's what
I
I'm
gotta
saying.
clean the
like,
fucking stove,
So, like,
too.
all right, so you get to use the grill once, like, the spring into fall. But during the winter, everything has to be cooked inside. So if I'm making burgers and shit, like, everything splashes all over the stove.
Right.
And that stove will get some caked up with grease.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And you
I
got
never even clean the inside of my stove. I don't even know how the fuck you do that. Like, I just cook shit in there. I don't even know what the fuck's growing in there.
But
my stove needs a
I
haircut.
mean, first of all, like if the inside of your stove gets that dirty, your oven gets that dirty,
Right,
it's
it's
like,
all
what the
heated.
fuck are you? What are
Right,
you
it's-
making?
Yeah.
in there?
There's heat in there.
You
something's
roasting
going
full
on.
pigs in there?
Yeah.
Jesus.
live pigs.
Yeah.
Is that pig still alive when you put it in there?
For
But
show.
all the prep gets done on the counter behind the sink. Like if you're facing the sink, it's behind me, not the counter behind the sink.
Yeah,
That'd be
yeah.
weird. So like
Yeah,
if all the
guy.
prep,
We
if all
prep
the,
in our dining room and then
Yeah.
carry it into the kitchen. And keeps it cleaner. Keeps it cleaner that way.
if all
We
the
like to
prep
do our
gets done
dishes in our
behind it,
bathtub in the master.
if all the prep gets done behind it, I got to now clean up all that shit. Like, and then on top of the dishes, on top of the stove, and on top of the other counter, like it just becomes a fucking
Yeah.
asshole.
I know. I know.
I
You know what would
know.
be great is having two full size sinks.
Having two wives.
two eyes. Yeah, sure. That could work too.
Yeah.
Want to do the cooking, want to do the
Yeah,
cleaning.
exactly. And then they alternate.
That's
Yeah.
right.
But no, two
You
full,
figure it out between yourselves.
two full size sinks in your kitchen. One is for the dirty dishes, and you wash in the other, and then it's always open. Never run into that issue. All that shit
So-
in your sink.
So we have a double sink.
Which
the-
is worse, I think.
It's definitely
yeah,
worse.
I don't like
it's
that.
definitely worse. If I was redoing the kitchen, I would
One
not
huge
do
sink,
it.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Because not only that, the one side, the pipe underneath leads to the garbage disposal,
Okay.
and it always gets clogged. So like all of that stuff that you can't put down your sink,
Uh-huh.
I can't put down that one side. So all of the dirty dishes are all on the one side because that has the garbage disposal. So it's like, what the fuck is the point
Yep.
of this other one? Like nothing sits in there.
Yeah.
Like unless I'm just making space in the first one to do the dishes.
It's just a constant shuffling of
It's
dishes.
just in my way.
All the time.
Like it's
You're literally just making sure that I can't put big pots in this sink. or
right.
something.
It's fucking stupid. No two sinks, just one
No,
big
no
sink.
two sinks.
Yeah.
What's your number one?
My number one is it's a necessity. I don't know if it's my ass or if it's everybody's ass, but wiping my ass drives me
I
nuts.
wipe my own
Yeah.
ass.
It drives me nuts. Now, I'll break this down and I'll get serious with it. So,
Please do.
it probably takes me maybe 2 or 3 minutes just to shit. But sometimes I'll sit there because obviously you're on your phone and stuff. You're just like, I just don't feel like wiping my ass. Like, I'll take a shit.
You know what you need?
A bidet.
A bidet.
Yes.
Hello, Tushy.
That's right.
Bidets are back, bitches. So, but like, I use wipes, which makes it a lot easier. But like, I'll take a shit in 3 minutes. It takes me another 10 to wipe my ass because like you can literally just wipe,
Yep.
wipe,
Yep.
wipe.
I wipe. Sometimes I wipe. And
It's
I wipe.
just, it's
and I
literally
wipe,
like
and I
there's a
wipe, and I
brown
wipe.
marker coming out of my asshole, and
Right.
it's just wipe. And it's just like and then I seen a meme, and it's actually true. It's like at one point you sit there and stop. You're like, well, this is as clean as my ass is getting.
Clean enough.
You know what? You know what? I'm gonna hop in the shower real quick.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of times I just hop in the shower, like if I'm home. But like,
I'll courtesy wipe later.
Oh yeah. I'll get a little afternoon cleanup, a little midday cleanup. But you're sitting there and I'll just wipe and I'll wipe, and a lot of it's because like you have a hairy ass. So then, all right, I'll take the aspect of let me shave my ass.
I'm with you.
But sometimes you shave your ass. First of all, the growth of hair. The growth of hair in my ass is absurd. And I'm not that hairy of I'm not that hairy of a person. Like, you'll take the razor to your ass crack, and you're just like, sir.
One swipe.
Sir.
One swipe, I gotta wipe it off.
You're like,
already.
sir,
What's
this
going
is
on
a
here?
fucking foxtail. Like.
You ever shaved a German Shepherd? That's what it feels like.
Dude. So, like, you'll do that. And that's another reason. I blame Chelsea washing her hair, but that's another reason my bathtub fucking. But, like, so now, all right. So now you take
That's the main reason.
So
It's
now
not
you're
Chelsea's
taking-
hair.
Evan, it's your ass hair.
Your fucking ass hair is clogging up. So now you take your ass down to 0, you bick your ass crack, and then all of a sudden your farts are all fucked up. So then your farts are like, because like the hair makes the whistle like that. So when your cheeks are pressed together, it's like it's fighting to come out. It's like you feel
Machine gunning out.
like you
Pop, 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 pop.
It feels like you're farting rocks. Like your ass is just trying to fight to separate because they're just so sucked together. But like, I guess
Especially
the
a
wipe.
hot day, they're sticking together.
Oh, forget it. It's like peeling a concrete grilled cheese apart. Like it's like
Concrete grilled cheese.
it's like peeling. Like you almost need a pry bar sometimes with these butt cheeks. But it's like.
Just to get a fart out.
But I'm saying, so like the hair is necessary. So it's almost like if I could just like put like a 3 clip on my trimmer and just
When you
if
go
I
to
could
Eddie,
get Eddie to start
I was gonna
fading
say,
my
when you go to
ass.
Eddie.
Eddie, I'm gonna need to fade my.
On the next episode with Evan and his butt cheeks.
I'm gonna get Eddie over here so he can fade my butt crack. Just so like it's the farts are
From
appropriate.
low to high, on the inside to the outside.
I need the farts to be appropriate, but I need an easy cleanup. Can you hook me up? Can you pit my ass?
We got
Too many shiny, man.
We got racing seats.
We got
Oh,
resin
my
seeds.
God.
Wiping my ass, number 1.
All right, give me your 5 to 1, Zave.
5 to
Just
1.
a recap.
Doing dishes, number 5. Filling up with gas, number 4. Driving anywhere in New Jersey during rush hour, anywhere for that matter, during rush hour, number 3. Taking a shit, number 2. And folding laundry, number 1.
My 5 is ironing shirts for work. My 4 is cutting the lawn. My 3 is meal prep. My 2 is laundry and folding. My number 1 is dishes and kitchen cleanup.
My number 5, dishes. 4, gas. 3 was car maintenance, but it's really like oil change because it's just so fucking inconvenient. 2
Right.
was cleaning the house. There's so much.
So much.
There's just so fucking much to clean a house. And I don't have a mansion,
Right.
but it's just like, Jesus. And having a dog doesn't help. And number 1, wiping my buttocks because hair or no hair, it's always a process.
It's an adventure
It's
either
an
way.
adventure either way. Shout out to our badge for the thing again.
Yeah, Bend to the Shore. Go to our Instagram to find the website to donate to Families Beyond the Badge. It's a good cause, and it'll be a fun race. July 28th, from the Ben Franklin Bridge in Philly to Atlantic City.
Thanks to Zavemade. Everyone follow Zave at Zavemade on Instagram. If you guys need any woodwork, any furniture,
Anything.
anything,
Hit me
Zave
up.
can make it. He's a great guy. He's a good friend. Class of 09.
Also, if you're a retired carpenter,
Yes.
Yeah,
maybe give him a
you
call.
might be needing some
Potentially
help.
in the future.
Maybe.
Zave, thanks for
see.
coming on. We had a fucking blast.
Yes, it was awesome, guys.
Hearing your journey was fucking great.
Awesome, guys. Thanks for having me.
You're just like, hey, you're just like us. You hate folding laundry too.
Damn right. Damn
Guys,
right.
next thanks for listening. We love you guys. Next week we have the Island Boys coming on. It's
Oh, that's right.
a lot of heat.
There you go.
This house might burn down. Chelsea's going to divorce me next week. I love you guys and
Zave made.
peace out.
Yes.
At Zavemade. See yous.